Here, this is gonna be a real quick live. All I'm gonna do it. I told you when I get off the live, I go check to see what everybody else talking about. So this story came up. I'm showing my screen, and what I'm gonna show you is the only one that's on here that's saying this bullshit. Listen to this story right here. Shout out to Max Boogie. Look at the only one on here say something on here. The comment is by 1 hour ago. Man, stop lying using MO3 for your views. All right, he got 200 and something views. He got MO3 news, but he not lying. Dumb bitch. Fuck you bitches think somebody stupid.
This ain't no regular rap news. This is career-ending, industry-shaking, silence-breaking type drama. And I'm about to tell y'all something the labels, the streets, and the suits do not want out. Word is, MO3's own manager might have been MIC'd up the entire time. Yeah, you heard me. Like, the whole time. Not just one convo. We talking studio sessions, tour stops, late night car rides, and even private arguments where MO3 started questioning people's loyalty. But it gets darker. Sources close to the situation, real close, say a hidden recorder was running weeks before MO3 was gunned down. And what it caught might be the real reason MO3 didn't make it out. And get this, there's allegedly audio of MO3 saying, "Why you always got that thing on? You trying to protect yourself or protect a story?" The room went silent after that. The mic didn't. What's on that tape could flip the entire Dallas rap scene upside down. Names, motives, conversations that should have never left that studio. And here's the part that'll really mess you up. Insiders say this might not be a leak. It might be a release. Somebody close to the camp. They try to make sure the truth gets out, one clip at a time. If this is true, somebody knew everything before it went down, and they let it happen. Was MO3 being watched by his own people? Were his final moves recorded, backed up, and sent off before he ever stepped on that freeway? This ain't just a betrayal. This might be a setup caught on tape. We got the timeline, the audio, the receipts, and if you keep watching, you're gonna hear what they never wanted you to hear. The story starts long before the headlines, before the freeway, before the chaos. And if you ask the right people, the ones who were in the room, not just online, they'll tell you the truth didn't start the day MO3 died. It started weeks before, inside a studio, with one red light blinking in the corner that nobody paid attention to, except one man. See, MO3 wasn't just making music, he was making moves, major ones. He was negotiating bigger deals, linking with bosses out in Atlanta, even getting attention from major TV networks for a documentary. But the closer he got to mainstream light, the darker the shadows around him got. He started moving different, canceling sessions last minute, pulling up with fewer people, sometimes just him and one trusted engineer. And when fans started asking why he wasn't going live like he used to, insiders say it wasn't random. He didn't trust his phone. Didn't trust his people. The tension was thickest with his manager. Let's call him T.
He said with his manager, he didn't trust the phone, which I've been fucking saying. Rainwater did that shit. Paragraph 23. Y'all think y'all gonna fucking survive with that nigga Rainwater with his stutter bob ass? I'd have been shot this nigga.
T. They'd been locked in for years. T was there when MO3 was still handing out CDs outside clubs. He handled bookings, press, features, a familiar face in every green room. But over time, MO3 started seeing cracks. One source close to the Empire Records situation told me straight, MO3 was asking for accounting. He wanted to know where his tour money went, features too, and every time he asked, the room got quiet. That's when the first real confrontation happened. According to an anonymous assistant who claimed to be in the building that day, MO3 pulled aside after a rehearsal and said, "You think I don't know you recording me?" T reportedly laughed it off, but the way his face dropped, the assistant said it wasn't acting. Mo3 had seen something. Oh, maybe it was the little black box left on a table. Maybe it was a wire poking through a shirt. Maybe it was just a vibe. But that night, Mo3 didn't sleep. The next day, fans noticed something strange. Mo3 wiped his IG stories, every one of them. He posted a black screen with one word: watchin'. Most thought it was promo. Insiders say it was a warning. See, this wasn't just paranoia. There were whispers in the streets that someone close to Mo3 had been.
Told you I was fucking connected to him somehow. I don't know. Because everything he did in the situation he was in, that's exactly how I would have fucking handled it. I'm trying to pull over in the middle of the street. If we gonna bang it out, we gonna bang it out. Now who T?
And backdooring, passing info to the wrong circles, dudes he wasn't even cool with. And when Mo3 brought it up to his inner circle, the reactions weren't denial, they were quiet. And then came the studio session, Empire Studios, Room B, 2 days before Mo3's last Instagram live. There were only 4 people in the room that night. Mo3T, a female singer laying down hooks, Ari, and an engineer who's since gone completely offline. Now here's the part that ain't public yet. That room had a backup security mic in the ceiling. Most don't even know it exists. It's meant to record ambient audio in case of equipment failure or legal issues. It's not connected to the booth feed. It's separate. And that night, it was allegedly on. The recording never aired officially, but pieces of it leaked in a private Reddit group that's since been shut down. Multiple users confirmed hearing Mo3 say, "You gonna sit here and act like you don't know what I'm talking about? I saw the email. I saw it. Why you got a file named mo3_final.wave on your laptop?" Then silence. Some say the clip was fake. Others swear it was real. What's known is that within hours of the leak, a cease and desist letter hit 2 creators' inboxes. Not from a label, not from an attorney, from a private security firm based in Houston. The next day, MO3 posted what would be his last story. A short video, him sitting in a car, no music, no talking, just looking dead into the camera, shaking his head. Caption: loyalty is just a word. And then nothing. Here's where things get colder. T did an interview a few weeks after Mo3 passed. Real emotional, voice cracking, tears. He said, "I wish I could go back. I was his brother." But what fans noticed, in the background on a desk behind him was a digital recorder, the same model used for studio backup audio. People zoomed in, posted side by sides. It was undeniable. Then someone, no one knows who, uploaded a zip file titled Mo3sessions_raw to a hidden file sharing site. Inside, dozens of audio files, most just silence or music drafts. R but one, marked B2_conflict_final. 6 minutes, partially corrupted. What's left plays like a thriller. MO3's voice. "I trusted you, and you sold me out for what? Some clout? A cut? I ain't dumb, T." Then a loud bang. Not a gun, just something falling over. T's voice, quiet, nervous. "You don't understand, bro. I didn't have a choice." And then clip ends. You think that didn't set the internet on fire? Twitter exploded. Hashtag Mo3 was.
Let me play that part right back again. What happened?
And then clip ends. You think that didn't set the internet? Loud bang. Not a gun, just some. R but one, marked B2_conflict_final. 6 minutes, partially corrupted. What's left plays like a thriller. MO3's voice. "I trusted you, and you sold me out for what? Some clout? A cut? I ain't dumb, T." Then a loud bang. Not a gun, just something falling over. T's voice, quiet, nervous. "You don't understand, bro. I didn't have a choice." And then clip ends. You think that didn't set the internet on fire? Twitter exploded. Hashtag Mo3 was recorded, trended. Fans split down the middle. One side screaming setup, the other saying fake drama, edited audio. But the damage was done. The doubt was in. And guess what happened next? A new Instagram popped up. 0 posts, 0 followers. Username @T_wasn't_ready, the bio? Dropbox coming soon. Within 2 hours, it had 30,000 followers. By morning, gone. Deleted. Wiped. Not disabled. Deleted. But before it vanished, it posted one thing, a 7-second voice memo. Mo3 again. When they hear this, I hope they remember who let me die. People still argue about that clip. Was it edited, old audio, AI, or was it real? And the biggest question of all, who had access to that footage? Who's leaking this? Some think it's MO3's cousin, who was allegedly at that same studio days later and refused to speak on what he heard. Others think it's the female engineer, who hasn't posted in nearly 2 years and was known for keeping backups. And then, randomly, T's ex-girlfriend popped up in a TikTok. No context, just holding up a voice recorder and mouthing, "I told you he records everything." Comments went wild. Is that the same device? Drop the tape. Was she involved? She's since deleted the account. Too late. People screen recorded everything, and now we're left with pieces, fragments, audio that may or may not be real, emails that may or may not have been sent. But one thing nobody can deny, Mo3 didn't trust the people around him, and if what's being whispered is true, he had good reason not to. Because if someone really was recording him secretly, if someone in his own circle knew what was coming and hit record anyway, then the biggest betrayal in Dallas rap history wasn't just in the streets. It was in the studio, with a blinking red light and a mic that never stopped listening. The question now is, who still has those files? And what happens when the full tape drops? Keep watching. The truth ain't done talking. It didn't take long for the whispers to turn into wildfire. Within 48 hours of that leaked studio snippet, the streets of Dallas weren't just talking. They were buzzing like a speaker about to blow. People started checking old interviews, pulling up Mo3's past lives, and dissecting every move his manager T made like this was a true crime doc in real time. Every side eye, every pause, every nervous laugh. It all looked different now, like the truth had been sitting right there, hidden behind smiles and contracts. And then came the first live that shook the entire city. A female rapper out of Fort Worth, known for being close to Mo3 before he blew, went live on Instagram. No glam, no filter, just raw pain in her face, eyes red, voice cracking. I told y'all that man was moving funny. Y'all said I was bitter, jealous. Nah, I was trying to save that boy's life. In the comments, fans begged her to explain what she meant. Or, she didn't drop names, but she said this: Mo3 ain't trust nobody at the end. He told me he felt watched, like someone knew where he was gonna be before he got there. That ain't no coincidence.
Knew where he was going to be before he got there. I told you I backed into this case. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know shit.
Within minutes, screen recordings of her live were everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, even bloggers who usually stayed away from Dallas drama started posting. Then something even crazier happened. A verified account posted a screenshot of a private email allegedly sent by T just 5 days before Mo3's death. The subject line: insurance audio back
by somebody named T 5 days before he got killed. And when he got killed 5 days before, who died? Yeah. Y'all know who died 5 days before Mo3 in the ATL. Somebody asked for the link. Yo, please don't come up. I know who's strong survivor, so I know they ain't playing.
back up. The email had a voice memo attached labeled Final Talk 11.05.WAV. People went insane. Was this the same audio clip MO3 mentioned in the studio confrontation? The one he...
Let me ask you, why you think I say duh? Duh, they is all replaced with TH. I don't know who Ty Harris is.
accused of naming behind his back? Was it backing up their convos as insurance, just in case things went left? Reddit threads exploded. Digital detectives started analyzing T's old interviews, matching his voice cadence with the clip that had leaked. One user claimed they ran it through software and found a 96% voice match. Not confirmed, but enough to stir the pot. He tried to go quiet, but he couldn't escape the noise. He turned off comments on all his posts, deleted over 300 pictures from his Instagram, went from daily motivational captions to nothing but a blank PFP. But then, out of nowhere, he posted one single story, a dark room, just a voice saying, "Truth always come out eventually." That only made things worse. A few days later, MO3's cousin, known in the city as Lil Snoop, popped up in a club. T was there too, and cameras were rolling. The clip hit Twitter first. Snoop's face was tight, fists clenched. The music in the background faded when the yelling started. "You had a mic on. You was recording my blood like a Fed?" T didn't respond, didn't deny it, just turned and walked straight out the building. Didn't even wait for security. Fans swore his hands were shaking. That moment sparked another wave. Fans started pointing fingers. Who else knew? Was this a one-man job, or were there others in the circle playing double sides? Then a blogger from Baton Rouge, who had less than 10,000 subscribers, dropped the bombshell. In a 14-minute video, he claimed he received an anonymous Dropbox link titled "Listen Fast." Inside, there was a file marked Room B, uncut.wav. The blogger said he was...
They said, let's just call him T. I don't know who T is. Here.
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, that's wow.
Listen,
That's crazy. You spoke about all that shit years ago. Nobody
so
listened.
Following me?
Absolutely.
Is you the one that said
Absolutely. And people played you up, but you know, he don't know what he talking about. He crazy. He this, that, and the other. Nah, kept saying that shit. And see, now that I think about it, that shit makes a whole lot of sense. All it takes is for one or two people to be wiretapped up, and then everybody they speak with on the phone, whether they thinking they, burner phones or whatever, everybody, and everybody's in this same inner circle. Everybody talking to everybody. So guess what? Everybody being recorded. Right. Everything is being recorded.
So
and the target was 3.
The task force was called 3. It was ATF task force. 3.
So let me ask you this. Now, isn't it their job, like, to notify a person when they know their life is in danger?
Yeah,
especially a celebrity that has money, like whether it's through their lawyer or... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think it's a law like it's something written down that
But it's mandatory. Something like a mandated reporter, like they supposed to.
Remember The Sopranos?
Uh-huh.
All right, Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Right?
You talking about like in the mafia, right?
The Jones' name was Agent Harris.
Uh-huh. I don't remember all of the law enforcement's name, but I do remember certain people, yeah.
All right, well, Agent Harris was like, yo, it's a very credible hit on your life.
Oh, you talking about on 3 case?
No, I'm
or
talking
a different
about,
case.
I'm talking about The Sopranos.
Okay. That's what I thought you was talking about, the mafia family. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So no different than him. If his life was in danger and somebody was in the feds,
they were supposed to let him know.
ATF is
Mm-hmm.
ATF was on 3, so probably about some hammers or
Right.
some Bizottis.
Right. And the same
I'm
thing.
showing a
Okay.
video on 219.
Uh huh.
Yo, I see rainwater just sitting there, but yo, when you see him sitting there, when rainwater sitting, he like got his jaw back and he on the phone. And as soon as 3 step out the office, rainwater gone, and the ball he talked to, he right on the phone. They on Facebook. They on
Mm.
TikTok.
Like a video call.
Yeah, like video
Oh
call. Well,
wow.
that's you can't hack them jizoints.
And you know what? That makes a lot more sense when you said that too, because now remember, okay, these story times, right? Before old boy did his before old boy sat down for a minute. Anyway, some of those replays came back up recently, you know, since his freedom, whatever. Long story short,
When you say old boy, you
uh,
talking old boy, old boy.
yeah, old boy, like first day out, old boy.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know the initials, but long story short, it was a video recently, like within a week or a week to a week and a half ago that was played, and that video, for whatever reason, 3 was sitting on the couch. He kept turning his like not turning his phone around, but turning his camera and putting it on 3, like while he was on the phone, like, and he did it like several times. He kept doing it over and over, and this was like on one of his lives, right?
Damn. Thank you
You
for
see
finally
what I'm saying?
understanding this shit.
And it's like that shit weird. Like that now it's making sense. And it's like it seems like okay, yeah, okay, even before the first day out, right? Even before the movie the first day out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh uh um the CC whose panel both of them were on through the BBL bitch, right? So
You talking about that was today what it would be, right?
no. This was like when he was before, before his date came up. So uh Snake Snake was on the panel. He was on the CC's panel, and uh the BBL bitch was on the panel too. And uh Snake kept talking about oh boy, this, that, and the other, while she was on the panel. So of course the bitch had something to say to him because of who he was talking about. So she said, you know what? I'm finna put an end to that shit right now. So then she went on mute. And I'm still watching the live. And next thing I know, she comes off mute and you hear his voice. And
Dude,
uh
the
uh
snake.
on the BBL bitch line, when she come off of mute, you can hear a man's voice,
The
say,
snake.
hey, what up, Rain?
Yeah.
And the motherfucker starts
You ain't
stuttering,
gotta
right?
say no name, just say snake.
Yeah, that I was trying to talk to you that way. Yeah, but you seem like you didn't know what I was talking about, so that's
No,
why I
I'm
said
just trying to
the
make sure that
BBL bitch.
we're continuing down
Yeah,
that you're still talking
but
about snake.
this was on the Anchor's panel. That's the
All right.
CC I'm talking about. But anyway, long story short, uh, he say, "Hey man, what up?" You know, and the motherfucker get to stuttering and shit, right? He say, "Who is this? This?" He said, "Man, you know who the fuck this is?" He said, "I heard you. I heard you been trying to get in touch with me. You've been asking about me or some shit like that. And he started getting loud. Like his voice had like a lot more bass to it. Normally, he got that like that um not raspy, but his voice can get raspy when he raises his voice, but he talks in a more of a feminine tone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he was, when I heard the bass in his voice, I said, "Oh, this motherfucker she done been telling him some shit." You know what I'm saying? Talking about, "Oh yeah, he's still talking about you now he on the panel with me, da 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 da." Because normally they're not on the panel together. It's been a couple of times I can name off one hand that they've been on the panel together. Since since he been sitting down or whatever. But with that being said, he get to stuttering and shit, and he said, "Well," she said, "Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say. Now you ain't got nothing to say to the man. You've been talking about the man for 2 years, almost 2 years now. His release date, da, 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 da." And he said, "Shit." So then then the horn when they start making the sound effects and shit on the panel, and he said, "Shit, I don't give a fuck." He then the stuttering stopped him. "I don't give a fuck about that whole ass nigga. He know I don't like him no way. This, that, and other." And I think that was the one that had ended up getting recorded. And what's his name? I think I want to say it was Duke. I want to say it was Duke that had ended up sharing that live or recording it or something because he had asked the CC whose panel it happened on, could he record that and keep that. They chopped it up and he told him it was okay, he had his permission.
Right.
Anyway, when that dropped, that became content for a while because then everybody's question was, hold on, I thought that went against what you sitting in there for, is you were to have no ties with nobody from
From
nobody
you,
from
right?
from them initials from that group, or specifically Snake. You were to
But
have no ties, no conversations, no nothing, and this was ordered by a judge. This came out of straight out of his mouth, not Snake's mouth, the other one. This came out of his mouth when he got out. He said, he said that came from the judge's mouth, not Barnes, whatever. But at the end of the day, it don't matter whose mouth it came out. But even if it came out the judge's mouth, what's the name was still working the case at the time, and he's still on the case. Except now he's just a federal agent. He went from a detective to a federal agent now. You
like
know
an
what I'm saying? Like,
alter ego
yeah,
type.
the promotion, right? So Three's case got him that promotion. So with that being said, it's like, hmm, how does a motherfucker get 2 years? And did you hear? Did you? I wasn't privy to everything that happened, and I don't know if you got if you ended up seeing it that live, whatever live or whatever whoever's panel it was on. But I didn't see it that day, but I heard about it the next day, and the it was supposed to come out something about some new paperwork about him dropped like a few days ago. Something about him talking or getting caught with something and only serving such and such amount of time, and that it
So,
met
oh,
the crime or some shit. I didn't see
I wasn't
what
there. I
happened.
just
I
know.
found out the next day. But I
I,
still don't know all of what happened because apparently that live ain't up no more. But I'm listening. I'm waiting. I was
yeah.
listening
Well,
for your
I
response.
you know me. I keep I keep the live,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know you. I know you don't call your stuff the receipts or
So
nothing.
let me see what date this is. before I put it up. I don't want to make. I want to make sure that I don't show something that I ain't supposed to show because I ain't trying to be no witness in the case. None of that.
Oh no,
But
no, no.
anyway,
You ain't nothing. You ain't none of that. You mind your business, and all you scream is justice for three. And your stance, like I said the other day to you, your stance has never
I'm going to
changed
tell
when it came to that. I don't care what else goes on this app, but when it comes to three, your stance has never changed from the time and I've been on here since the beginning. From the time you got on here, and I've known you to be other names, and I know why because people were doing certain bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, and I even had to change my name. So what my name is now wasn't originally my name. But when the doxing and all the bullshit start
right.
going on, you know what I'm saying? I had to do what I had to do. But with that being said,
Yeah, but you gotta play the game that they play. You gotta play the game that they play, right?
yeah,
Would you
yeah,
agree with that part at least? If you
yeah,
see them playing the game, I'm gonna play that same fucking game.
yeah. But see, I just what threw me is when they start doing it to the subs. It's like, damn, it still don't make sense for y'all to do that to each other as content creators, not you, but the content creators that were doing, and we all know who they are and who they were, because for
Right.
us both to be around. Well, I think you've been around before me because I heard that you was around, before, three actually passed away. I did hear that, but uh after he passed, I know that that's what you've been doing is deeply looking into his case, and I know that you very genuine about that, just like his cousin Miss Kitty. You know what I'm saying? And when I
Right.
really got to know her, I thought she was just an angry person. No, she was angry because of the shit that they do and say on this app, and I get it. I get it. So,
Can I say
I've
something
subbed to.
before you
Huh?
finish? Can I say something before you finish?
Uh-huh.
Today is my birthday. The
Oh,
first
happy
person.
birthday. I thought I said that to you yesterday.
It, no, my birthday is today.
Oh, okay. Cause I don't
But
know why. Cause you had a title up the other day, said something
I
about
said,
birthday, and
I
then I
said,
said happy
I
birthday in a
said,
chat,
my,
in another
I
chat.
said, I'm practicing it the whole month. I
Oh
never
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah. You
that
told me it was
day.
this weekend. Right, right, right. Cause I think it
Yeah,
was on the Wednesday or Thursday or something when I typed that in the chat, happy birthday. And you said no, it's not to this weekend, but the whole month is, you celebrating the whole
right.
month.
I
And
was
I
supposed to
do
go
the same
live at
thing. I do the same thing for
the
my kids,
first.
but yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
the
happy
first
birthday.
person, only person, I'm telling you, before my daughters or anything, it was only one person that said happy birthday this morning.
Miss Kitty. Hmm. She's a very genuine and good heart, good hearted, good soul, good spirit. And it it takes for it seems like just from what I see, I don't know her personally, but just from what I see, like say your observation of somebody, it seemed like it takes for somebody to take her out of her character, or do something to provoke her for her to get that way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then she can get on their level. And they don't be ready for that shit because they be thinking she a rookie, or, they not familiar with her and they don't think that she been here as long as she been here. Oh, she been here. She been here. You know what I'm saying? So, I
I don't let,
remember
I
I,
ever
I
let to let anyone cuss me out on my panel, except for when they were saying their name was the Nobles. They said
right,
they was part of the Noble family. So
right.
I let them talk. They was like, yo, shut up, let us talk. Yo, and
But it
then
was something about her when
right
she
here,
said that she was his cousin. I believed her. Besides, the way a couple of other these females came to the app saying that they was his cousin and saying that they had his baby and they was his baby mama, and how double digit number came to the app and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Saying first she said she was his cousin, then she was his baby
Oh
mama,
yeah,
and the
yeah. The
baby she
strippers
was
and all
holding in the
that.
picture with her and shit like that was his baby and all of that type shit. That
And
that shit just
the
foul.
strippers,
Like,
yo, you're dirty. Come on, get your dirty,
and
nasty
they had to
ass.
know that a lot of his real family wasn't gonna get on here and participate with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I see what I see what what's the name doing, and she doing it the right way because she's in here, but she's not. You know what I'm saying? She don't include herself in the bull. She don't surround herself with the bullshit. I think she I know she, because she expressed that she made a mistake, uh dealing with a couple of people on here, but sometimes you have to get close to certain people to figure out what their motive is and who the fuck they are and what they
Exactly.
yeah. And that's what the deal was with the bitch that said she was fucking with the YAG hitman and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And paperwork and whatever,
Yeah,
whatever, whatever.
and
Because
the
she was definitely
jag
trying to
hitman
stick,
from where?
but she was nice. She was extra nice to that lady. She was giving that lady food, cooking her food, all type of shit, and you know what I'm saying. And the bitch turned around and crossed her. Like, that's some dirty shit. That shit would have, and I know I can't even imagine how she feel. You know what I'm saying? But she
Double
she
cross, right?
yeah, but it's you can't really look at it that way. When she said she came to get justice for her family member, that's just what you can hear it in her voice. That's just what she came here to do. And it's like after the announcement came out that it was going to be a trial, it's like a lot of people were already showing, who they were and who they were for, and that they really were his opposition and they weren't for him and didn't want justice for him. But you really got to see more and more people, way more people, majority of the people. That's when you got to see, that they really, that this sector really was, it became a sector based on the people that was not for him,
But you
because
notice
it
how
started off as not
she
being a sector. It started off being a fan base with people all around the world who loved that man and wanted to know what happened to him genuinely,
no
because the way he was unalive was
she
just.
showed she didn't even know that that was her cousin. She just liked his music.
Yep, I heard her story. Yep, I heard her whole story. Yep, she told me all
And
of that.
then
Yep,
when he died, she was blasting the music, and then like she got like a
yep.
fatal, like a veiled threat.
And she's also part of the reason why how Mo3 and Snake met.
Exactly, but I don't know
Hmm.
nothing about how they
Yeah,
how they
yeah, I
met.
know. I'm just
So
telling
she
you
was
just
over
from what
here. I
what
just
I've
know
heard. Yeah.
whoever she is. I don't even this over. I just know
Hmm.
it's Miss Kitty or
Right.
Texas
Right.
made. I don't know, but
Yeah.
she over here how she want to come over here, whatever.
Hmm. Right.
But she didn't even remember that she told me. I said, "Yo, you don't remember? I was playing the video. You said you told me after everybody left the room. You came and told. I trusted you with this. She don't know what trust means to me. Is that yo? I'm not revealing no secrets,
Right.
and
But
I'm
she
not talking.
probably felt a certain way because that's what everybody else was doing. So it takes time to trust. Just like, okay, I'm going to just touch on this real quick because I don't want to make a big deal out of it. But just like on a basis me and you had fell out on. It was like I was coming over and supporting your channel, and I was really listening to what you were saying because it was making sense then. It was making sense way back then. And it's like I can understand why you had trust issues with people on this app. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah,
why do you use
I
no
felt
why
like I
you
caught a
use why you
stray when
use
I
that
hit your panel and you said, "Damn, my PO just called me as soon as I get on live with you. This, that, and the other." And then you got to calling me by my government name, and I said, "Oh shit, let me change my motherfucking name." And da 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 da. And I said, "I ain't going over to that motherfucker no more." You know what I'm saying? And then I went over there to the damn growth sector. But yeah, then that's when we was all trying to get justice, you know what I'm saying, for who you was talking about the other night, old girl. That was with old boy.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
T
That's how we all
T
kind of came back together.
I like
And
that.
see, God works in mysterious ways because, I think that was set up a certain way for a reason, for us all to come back together like fuck the bullshit. We all here for a common purpose. You know what I'm saying? We getting justice. We want justice for three, but at the same time, what we see is being done ain't right. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker ain't right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
whatever,
just
whatever this girl, all that this girl saying she been through, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. Some at the end of the day, somebody need to pay a price for that. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers still walking around free. Like they just on top of the fucking world. Like they above everybody and you started off at the bottom too.
so I just was like, yo, I know where I'm gonna hit at. I'm gonna hit right here at this manager because nigga,
Hmm.
you had that little ass chain on.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
remember.
use
I remember how. I remember. I can remember way back when I heard this person was working at some kind of meat deli place or something, a deli or some shit.
who the ball?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I remember. Yeah, yeah. I've been around. Yeah, yes, sir. I've been around a long time. But yeah, I can, like I said, I can understand why you had trust issues and you didn't, you didn't, after a period of time, your panel wasn't open for people to just come hit your panel freely and this, that, and the other, and you would just, I'm not gonna say, well, you can be paranoid after you've been through some shit, you know what I'm saying, and then with your
careful. Why
with your
can't you just
background and
say
what you've been through,
careful?
what you've accomplished in life, you know what I'm saying, your background, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to put your shield on and protect yourself at all costs, you know what I'm saying, and
Right,
and
but why
and
they gotta
that
call
can
that
be
a
strangers
sickness?
or family.
But why they gotta be called a sickness?
No, it's not a sickness because see, I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm being careful,
I've been no, no,
but I
and I'm
know,
agreeing
but
with
I
you.
know
We saying the
it's
same
like
thing. I'm just saying it in a different way. I'm gonna tell you like this. That's one thing that's a stigma they've always put on us as black people. That if we go see a psychiatrist or a therapist, that we're crazy,
damn.
we're delusional, all of that shit. I've been having my kid. I've taught my kids the opposite. That it's healthy to go, express yourself after you've built a relationship with someone, as far as a therapist or something, a counselor or whatever, to say how you really feel, this, that, and the other. Of course, you can always come to me and your dad for anything. My kids live in a two-parent household. Me and their father been together for over 18 years now. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying.
Congratulations.
I just turned 40. Yeah, I just turned 40, but my kids are two oldest are teenagers now, and then my youngest daughter is 9, all girls. So, and then I've actually buried a daughter as well. So that was a whole malpractice case behind that. With a fuck up from the hospital, so they tried to cover it up. So now then it was considered to the judge as like murder, and ain't no statute of limitations on that. That's why they
Oh,
called it a
got it.
wrongful malpractice case. Because
Right.
she was still a baby. She was 17 days old. I put it that way. But I usually don't. But now I can talk about it. I couldn't. Before I couldn't even fathom to bring myself to talk about it. But I'm so comfortable with the fact that I never get over it, but as time goes by, you learn to deal with it better. That's the worst thing in the world I've ever been through in my life is to bury my daughter. So with that being said, I still have three remaining daughters I have to live for. So I'm comfortable with that, and that's
You mind
all
me asking
because
you
of
what
me having a
cancer is?
therapist. I've had a therapist now for almost 9 years, and I trust this person with my life. You know what I'm saying? Because first I shut down. I wouldn't speak to her. I wouldn't confide in her. I would tell her certain shit, and she would let me know like you not telling me everything. Get something else to it. And then that's when you learn that a lot of shit might stem from your childhood, and everything don't have to be from just you being an adult. A lot of shit, can be going on with you, as far as whatever diagnosis they put on you, can be going on with you starting from your childhood or how you was brought up or what you've seen, what you've been around, what I'm saying, your work history, whatever, anything, what I'm saying. But they've always made that like it's a bad thing, to go see a therapist or a counselor, like something's wrong with you, like you're batshit crazy or out of your mind for doing stuff.
Right,
No,
right.
and it's the opposite. It's the opposite. You're supposed to have everybody needs somebody, and when I say that, you're supposed to always be able to have somebody to vent to. Because
Right.
at some point in time, your family's gonna get tired of hearing the same thing over and over if it's something that's really bothering you. So then you have a therapist or a counselor for that, you
Right.
know.
So
But
if somebody cut the therapist off and then try to cut the psychiatrist off,
mhm,
and they trying to warn me of things, and I made a promise to the therapist.
mhm,
If I get off probation, I ain't gonna kill nobody. Let's
right,
just say I said that. All right.
right,
I'm saying that.
mhm,
I said that. I said if I get off probation, I ain't gonna kill nobody.
right.
I'm not.
But at the same
Yeah,
time,
bro.
you
I'm
gonna
not
have to do
killing no.
what you gotta do to
If
protect
you
you
see
too.
me, if somebody see me kill somebody since I got off probation, I offered my services for free. They ain't
Right.
want. They ain't want that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it must be some more people they need to fuck up.
And see that's what should be going on right now is all of these this newer generation right now with all these young teenage from starting from boys that's teenagers and even some of the females that want to be men or boys or whatever. I don't judge people, for whatever their preference is.
Yeah,
But
calling
the
them
ones
LGBT.
that have all this aggression and all of that type of shit, they need to go sign up for the military or be in a war or something, and not a war, but sign up for the military, do shit
No,
like
no,
that.
no. Go sign up and yeah, go to war. Go to
Yeah.
war. I'm talking about
If this
90
is what they
days.
gonna
You
do
got
is unalive
right.
people for no reason, innocent people, women, babies, children. It used to be a time when women and babies were were off limits. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like they don't care. They unaliving everything and everybody around them for no reason. And these people are off their meds and
If
all type of shit.
if someone said that they was in the Air Force,
Mhm.
the Army, right?
Uh huh.
Then I was in the Marine Corps. I know
Right.
who protects the captain. I know who is the commander and the chief.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I know that the commander in chief, he always walked across that grass from that White House. I don't know who built it.
Mm-hmm.
He, they don't never try to tell us that. I
What
just
you
try to
mean,
tell
like the Capitol building,
yeah,
where they invaded when Trump
The
was in
White
office?
House,
Yeah.
White
Yeah, the
House,
Capitol, where they
where he
stormed
found
the
with a
Capitol and
white
all of that shit. Yeah.
bed and a dog.
But had it been us and our race, we'd have all been we'd have been all unalived on that property. But they let them people get away with that, and they end up. I think at the probably about a year went by, or 2 years went by, they locked them up for a short period of time and let them all out, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
But it's
I
that
don't
people
know.
need to open their eyes and realize
I
that.
ain't never looked none of that. I never looked but higher than my pay grade.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
only at E3. I'm on
but
three.
yeah.
Yeah, it's people that's E4s and all of that. They
Hmm.
call
But
corporals.
we need to realize what they doing right now, though. Right now, okay, okay, first it's like okay, certain people weren't allowed to come across the border. Then when Biden got in office, they were allowed to come across the border after Trump's presidency, after number 45 presidency was over with. Because I don't, certain
All right,
things
that's
like that
them.
will mess up
That's
your
them.
life. So I don't want to say certain
All
names.
right,
Like
we on the same.
that's a
We on the
powerful
same.
name. So I'm gonna just say number 45. But
That's them.
with that being
That's
said, yeah,
them.
I get it. I get it. He's just the
But
face
you
of
hear what
it.
I said? I
I get what
said,
you're
yo,
saying. He's just the face
listen.
of it. He's not the one that makes the shots and calls the orders. I get that. I get that. I'm
Never.
following you.
But I'm just saying, that's them. Them.
Yeah,
Them.
absolutely.
They wear blue.
Absolutely.
Them, my, you,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah. You ain't got, you could
be
say less.
them, you
I
put a
got you.
couple other things, and it be
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
So
But
if
see,
somebody
they were
right down
only
in Dallas, if somebody in South Dallas, she don't give a fuck about that.
mm-hmm.
She don't care about them or rep or senate or
But
none of that.
guess where the what was it, the old chief or something of Dallas whose son was unalived and he was a drug dealer or something?
Yeah, I
Was
don't know
he
who
a
called
chief? You know what I'm talking about. You know the storyline I'm talking about though, right?
exactly, but I don't know. I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Now he resides here in Detroit, Michigan, and he has authority and high ranking, in a certain position in a line of work here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when people got certain shit on their okay, like okay, let's just say with the Dolph case, you got Chief Davis. Now she came from where?
Stop
She
right
came
there.
from
Stop
Atlanta,
right
right?
there. Look, stop right there. So, but what do they when you go and say if any officer was to approach her, would they say C.J. Davis?
I don't know, but I know she. I know where she
No,
came from.
no.
She
I
came
would have.
from Atlanta.
You ain't never. You never had a chance to be in any type of formal thing where they say. Let me just say this: they would salute her, and they would
Hmm.
call her Adam C. J. Davis.
I heard that before. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're right. I
All
heard
right.
that
So
before.
then, so me
Yeah.
hearing that, so when I see Madam C.J. Davis,
That let
someone
you
took
know
a gun out
it's
her car. Yeah, yo, who took a
somebody
gun
of
out of
real
a
high
female,
authority.
a black
Yeah.
female chief of police?
That
Y'all
let
took
you
a gun out
know
of
that
his car.
her
I said
ranking
that shit
goes.
getting ready to show up in another case.
That let you know her ranking goes further than the chief. She's one of them.
Right. Yeah,
So
she
I get
yeah,
it.
she might be down
But
there where You called them.
Yeah, but they let her go from there because they said it was causing too many problems were happening under her watch, and then she goes to Memphis, and it's like they okay with her being there. It's like
Okay,
because
so listen. So
they're the
then she
same way.
covered up. She covered up something for a certain officer,
Hmm.
right?
Absolutely
That
right.
officer don't look like her, or
Nope.
he may look like her.
Hmm.
She cover it up. She don't
But
cover it up.
the saying has always been
Yeah,
what?
she just say, yo, this John sits over like his ear.
But the
This John
saying has
soft
always
right
been
here,
what?
whatever. Huh?
The saying has always been what? Receipts. The saying
Man,
has always been our kind ain't everybody that's our kind ain't our kinfolk ain't for us.
right.
I
Kinfolk,
grew up
you
that way. My
everybody ain't
grandmother always
kinfolk.
taught me that everybody that looks like us are not for us.
Bam. Okay,
I've
so
been
then
taught that at a young age as a kid before I was a teenager. My grandmother taught me that, because she was born in 1925. So, she
1925.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy
my
work.
mother's mother.
My
Hmm.
grandmother
February
was
11th.
born
Remember I just told you I had a
1911.
grandmother when you told me your birthday the other day, and you said
1911.
it's not to the weekend. I told you my grandmother's birthday is February 11th. She was born in 1925.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
My granny
So
was
she was
born.
around for all of those times that that we hear about, and like even around the time like the stories I grew up on as far as the first Black Wall Street in Tulsa, and stuff like that. We our people actually had our own theaters, we had our own hotels, motels, we had our own communities. Like when I say communities, I don't mean just a couple of blocks. I mean like a whole fucking community with just us, where we was separate from the other races and stuff like that, because at that point in time, I think that I want to say that was back in the late 50s or early 60s or something like that, with the
Nah,
Black Wall Street in Tulsa.
you're a little bit off on the number. I mean,
I
maybe
could
maybe
be, I could
be
be,
a little bit. Just, you ain't far, but what you saying
but
is
at the
it's
time,
all fact.
yeah,
What you saying? But do
but
you
at the
remember one
time
of the? Do you
they
remember one
had
of them?
they still had signs up to where they would say whites only restaurants and shit like that. So all of that was happening in that time. And then after they burned everything down that our people had worked so hard for, took over our land, all of that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? What they did was put our people in concentration camps and shit to try to reprogram our brains and our minds, the way that they think. The same thing they do with the fucking school system. We were all taught.
Are you looking?
We were all taught
You
wrong.
looking at the screen? Are you looking at the screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen now.
All right, you see Mo third.
Mhm.
Look all the way to the right at the
Mhm.
bottom. You
In
see
an orange
somebody in
jumpsuit
orange? Yeah, who is that?
in
You
an
know him?
orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know the boy.
trying
He
to
got
see
a
if I can
beard
blow
on.
my screen
I
up.
don't
Hold
know the
on, I'm
boy.
blowing my
He
screen up.
got a beard on. He got orange. I don't know him.
Nah, that look like Kevin Gates.
I don't know nothing. I don't know if that's Kevin Gates.
It
How the
says
fuck I know
fear.
that's Kevin Gates? I don't know
It
him.
got the words fear written across him on that picture, around his, or up right up under his beard, right where his chest, the top of his chest is. Put the
Okay,
arrow on it a
so
little bit
this just
closer.
look, but
It says
look,
fear.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay,
It said
I'm following you.
one
Go ahead.
1 point. This got 138 views right here.
Mm,
Then he got Go Yayo. He get 11. The day this man died.
mm,
I'm for 3 because he only got 3 million views
right.
from his dark side.
Mm,
But 3 said, my demons about to get even.
Yeah, I
Even.
remember that quote.
All right, so E and a 3, yo, you understand 3 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know. I don't know
Yeah.
what 3 3 mean or nothing like that. You could turn it to
But
threes.
then you also have to remember around the time of 3 passing away, it was like people were dying, people were passing away and being unalived in threes. If you get what I'm saying.
They was being unalive. Yo, this was in 2020. It was like, yo, how many people died? They said died from
I
fucking.
mean, as far as like it's like rappers, that's what I mean, like
All
rappers.
right, yeah,
As
the
far as from what
rappers
I
was
can remember,
dying.
like,
So what I put in front of the rappers that's dying, I'm
hmm,
gonna put that it's a whole bunch of other people dying too.
right, but it's
So
just not being
I'm being out
publicized.
there.
They don't get that much light shed on it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I just one day I just yo, they said my daughter
But you
she
know
had
what
that.
made that? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Your daughter, what?
Yeah, they said my daughter had that. The people came to the door because I didn't want to let them know that my daughter even stayed at the house because I'm trying to give her a chance at life. You
What you mean,
understand?
like homeschooling and stuff like that?
Nah, they yo in 2020 they closed the schools down.
Oh,
We had to
right,
be
right, right. Okay,
home.
around that
Right.
time.
Then she had to be on a computer.
Right, right. Yeah, my kids did
Yeah.
too. I did the
So
same
I ain't
thing.
put so I don't got no fucking no cameras on my daughter's rooms or nothing in this big
Right,
house that we staying in. I don't
right.
got no fucking cameras on there. I got cameras where I know that if you come through the front door,
From
I
the
got
outside, not
right.
inside
I'm
out.
trying to
Right.
see you right there. But if you
Understood.
pull up in my driveway, I got a camera right there.
Right, right.
So I see
You
who
gonna be
I see.
aware of every threat before it makes it to your
Right, because
doorstep.
I'm trying to fuck you up. Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
I know my front door,
Yep. And see,
the
that's how
front
I can
door.
tell
I
you
know
know
the
your
back
rights.
door first. I go
That's
to
how
the
I can
back
tell you
door
know your
first.
rights. I know you know your rights with what you just said because you watching the threat from outside, but you see the threat before it makes it to your doorstep, even from the driveway or from parked in front of the house and shit like that. But once a person cross a certain threshold of your property, you're
Yeah, I'm gonna
allowed
bust
to do
their
what
ass.
you're supposed to do to defend yourself at all costs.
Yeah, they better remember the case in Pennsylvania. Yo, the bull came into somebody's house,
Mm-hmm.
and then yo, he was butt booty naked. Came in through their basement, like just
And these
walked in
people
through
came.
his
Was
own
that the
home.
case
He
where these
butt
people
booty
came
naked. He don't
home?
got nothing on.
So they came home and he was already in their house.
No, it was at nighttime.
Oh, so he thought purple nobody
So
was
they see,
there.
yo, they got surveillance on their crib. They don't know what's up with their daughter or nothing. So
Right,
they had
right,
posted cameras, and then they see the ball. He walking in there, yo. But they got this nigga, but he, yo, in Philly, we say when we say butt booty naked,
right,
meaning that yo, you don't got no clothes on,
right.
nothing.
Oh yeah, it mean the same thing here.
All right, so he butt booty naked. So
Mm-hmm.
he go in, slide down the screen door, then open up the back door because in the neighborhood that he in, they don't lock the doors.
Right, right, right.
Cause you
Especially in
trust in
suburb
your
areas.
neighbors that yo, we all
Yeah,
know each other.
we
But you
had
just got
neighborhood
one
watches and
fucking
shit like
weirdo
that
in
back
there.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, like he like to climb in windows and do some dumb shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Walk across the grass.
Yep.
You ain't got no motherfucking. You ain't got no shoes on, no
Yep.
clothes on, nothing. You just
Like he
yo,
lived there or something. Yeah.
like you Adam or some shit like before. Yo, you Adam
That's
or
wild.
Eve told you to bite that apple.
Oh
He walked
shit.
across the grass, and Eve had
Yeah, I
already
feel you though.
bit
I
the
feel
apple
you.
because the snake already talked to her.
Right. Right. Damn. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, but it's just a lot of shit going on in the real world today. Like, and it's like I don't understand what it's gonna take for people to. It's like it's beyond. It's fuck saying the word woke. You know, fuck whether or not saying people woke or not woke no more. It's like, damn, do your brain comprehend to what's going on right now? The world we living in, a the world has completely changed. The times have changed. The people have changed. The generations have changed. And this is the way that we want to leave the world for our
No,
children
not
that's still
not the
growing up.
world, not the world. Yo, look,
No, but
look at
my thing is my kids are teenagers right now, like
okay. So your
15,
kids are teenagers,
12
right?
going on 13, and then youngest is 9. So it's like
All right. Do you
when I
believe in
leave this
do you
world
believe?
is if it don't get better before, if it don't get better before it's my time to go and their father's time to go, then what are we really leaving for our kids? People not thinking about generational wealth. People not
Bang.
thinking
There you
about,
go.
properties, shit like
Sister.
that,
Right.
where we had leaders, like uh um um even after Malcolm X and some of the greats that we hear about, whatever, but I don't I even some of the greats, like after I got older and was able to better comprehend a lot of the shit that was going on, or that I read about, or that I did research on, like, from people that they say was these great people that were black and brown people like us. It's like I felt like maybe one or two of them people that I did research on, like I felt like kind of sold us out in a way, like it's like they wanted us to, well, not all of them, but I'm gonna say a particular one. I'm not gonna say a name, and you
We
might
just
know
make
who
it
I'm talking
official.
about. But this person wanted us to turn the other cheek, bow down to them, and obey all their orders. And it was, no blacks allowed and whites only, and restaurants and certain places and things of that nature. But then behind closed doors, they were making deals with the people who relate to themselves as the Jays, and we know that we are the original, whatever. So with that being said, it's like you behind closed doors making deals with these people. You know what I'm saying? But you, at the same time, you rallying all of us together and telling us to, we can all come together and be as one, regardless of what our race is, things of that nature and all of that. And we can have peace and, just preaching. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other hand, you got another man that's very similar to him, and it's like they felt like he was selling us out and he was really guiding us the right way. But either way, both of these people were unalive for a reason, because of information, either information they knew or information that people had on them. You know what I'm saying? So with that being
Are
said,
you
it's just
looking at
like
the screen as you talking though?
I am now. I wasn't. But then, like, you got like
Look,
young
look,
dog.
look, look, look.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what I'm
Check
looking
this
at. Let me
out.
blow it up. Let me blow it up because I can't see what I'm. Okay, I can see now. News about
Highland Park
staggering murder capital, Dallas
1 day
police
ago.
department,
Yeah,
update and officer
Highland.
involved.
It was the Super
Shooting.
Bowl.
So all three of these happened in Dallas.
I don't
Oh,
know
this is the
what.
same story. It's saying Dallas. It says
Yeah,
Dallas
it
Police
says.
Department.
All right, so I don't know
And
what
this
happened
was
in Dallas.
Super
I
Bowl
wasn't
night.
there. It was. it was Seattle.
Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, Seattle. There was the Seattle
Mm.
Seahawks and this team, the New England Patriots.
And
They from
all this
fucking
shit broke out.
Boston. These people are from the other side, the AFC. They from supposed to be where they from? Seattle. Seattle Seahawks. They made history this night right here.
Oh, so you had people that traveled there for the Super Bowl. So the last two standing was because I don't do sports, but I don't watch sports. My kid's father does, but I don't watch sports. But so you're telling me that the last two teams standing was Dallas and the Seattle Seahawks, right?
No,
That was
the
who
last
okay, who was it
listen,
who was
the
who
last two
played in the
teams
Super
that
Bowl?
was standing was Seattle
And who else? Who
and
are they
the
playing against?
Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
the New England Patriots. Now, New England,
So why
yo,
were
that's
they in
like you
Dallas?
don't even know who fucking New England is. It's like five fucking different part. Yo, you from Massachusetts, Connecticut. Yeah, that's all of them
But my
states.
question to you is where did the Super Bowl take place?
I don't know where the Super Bowl took place. I
Because
know they said
it's showing Dallas on
ESPN
your
tonight
screen.
with breaking news in Dallas
That's what I'm
as the
saying. Did
Super
it happen
Bowl
in
going
was
on.
the Super Bowl in Dallas? That's why I asked you that. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. All I know they
Gotcha.
said breaking news and
Okay, well you told me to look at the screen, so
Breaking
since you
news in
wasn't telling
Dallas,
me what it
where
said, I was
Dallas police
reading.
officers were just involved in a shooting. We have
Mm.
WFA's Luke Clary on the scene for us. It is at Lemon Avenue near the Dallas North Tollway. Luke, I know all.
okay, so it said what? Lemon
Something
Avenue.
tollway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what color is the lemon?
Yellow.
All right, then we'll go from there. So I don't give a fuck about all this green shit. I don't know if this woman is who the fuck is who. She said lemon, like yellow. So
Right.
who had the yellow? I asked, I just put up a short and it was like yellow, yellow beezy, rain. I was talking
Okay, I
about
see what you're saying. Okay.
rainwater and all of that.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
married
You
your mom, bro.
okay. Nah, I just picked up on the fact you was the way you were speaking. Okay. I didn't catch it at first.
Yeah, meaning I don't even live
You're
old
being
enough and I don't
subliminal.
know
Yeah.
nothing. Yo, there
Yeah.
you see a police car right there. This
Right.
Dallas. I don't know who this chick is. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if she in Dallas, where the fuck she at. That shit say WFAA.
Right.
Yeah, right. So
So
take the
I I
W
don't
off.
I don't know.
Look,
Don't give me the
look.
line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You take the W off.
FAA.
FAA. Yeah, like
Mm.
motherfuckers be on planes and shit, and that shit just
Mm-hmm.
drop out the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and don't
Yeah.
nobody know where the fuck that plane went or nothing.
Right.
No, with y'all black
That's
motherfuckers,
just
they
like
know
I was get.
exactly where this
I got.
plane went and everything.
Yeah, that's like when they had that what the fuck was that night called where they had that shit where the sun the shit start changing where they had that goddamn it happens every what they say 10, 20 years every few decades or some shit. I
Supposedly,
forgot
one of them. It was
I
supposed to be
forgot what
one
the
of
name
them
of that shit was.
from a
They
long
they
time.
they did something. They opened up a portal or something. They did some shit.
They opened up a
Something was done.
portal. It's a portal I don't know nothing about because I know your ass can't get out of. You
Right.
can't. Well, you can't send no rocket and they get out of
Mm-hmm.
the diamond. Like
Yeah.
whoever God put over us, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going
Right.
nowhere.
Right.
So I showed y'all a amateur test of somebody shooting a rocket up there, and it
Mm-hmm.
went how many miles up? And then they shot a balloon up there with a camera on it. And all
Mm-hmm.
you kept seeing, if you look at that, you see blue sky over there, and some black
But see, a
stuff.
lot of these movies, especially these old movies, a lot of these old movies predicted what we're living through now. And even some of the recent ones, like even some of the cartoons, like The Simpsons and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you, man, it's crazy. We
Yeah,
are
a lot of
definitely living in
that should be crazy. That should be
a
crazy work. Like you
mm-hmm.
know, a bull. Listen, in the Simpson case, let's we're gonna put it out there. Let's put it out there.
Okay,
O.J. Simpson,
okay.
right?
I knew you
This
was finna mention him because you said something about
Enterprise
him the other day. I'm listening.
Enterprise rent a car.
Uh
Yo, this
huh.
nigga he jumping through there with a bag in his hand,
Hmm.
in his joint. He jumping over the fucking seats and everything.
Right.
But I don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
he
he
was
was a hell
doing.
of a. He was. I heard he was a hell of an athlete.
He was hell of an athlete, right?
They started calling him Orange Juice and some more shit.
What you
OJ
say?
Orange
Say it
Juice.
again.
Yeah.
But what was his actual name?
God damn it. Something.
Arenthenol. Arenthenol.
Yeah, it was
James.
something hard to pronounce for me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Arenthenol James. Nobody know what his name
because
was. I followed that whole
wasn't
dog.
he a junior or something?
Who?
OJ.
OJ?
Wasn't he a junior
Nah, I don't know
to
nothing
his
about
father?
OJ. Yeah, listen. Most people that kill people and some bullshit like that, yeah, they usually be like a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? They got
But
three
see,
names.
you
They got
also
three
know
names.
that. Mm-hmm. But see, you also know that, like, okay, say, I'm gonna talk a little lower. Okay.
All
Uh,
right.
like
Okay.
with this three case, right?
Right.
Okay. And with the case with the Dolph case, right? It's a lot of informants between both cases, right?
But what was Dolph
So
name?
let uh Adolph Thornton Jr. And that was
No,
also
that
the
it
name
must be
of
that
the
there was a
highway.
senior.
That
It
was the
wasn't
name of
like
the highway. The highway was the highway had one of Dolph's names in it too. It said something about Thornton Highway where
yeah.
three passed away. Yeah. And I thought that was
Okay.
quite interesting. I don't believe in coincidences.
Me
So with
either.
that being said, that's why I always said from the beginning that it's definitely a connection. A lot of names are coming up from both places. Like when people move, like when the people that move, like say some people that move from Dallas and then some people that move from Memphis. Some people they ended up moving from Memphis to Dallas and Dallas to Memphis, shit like that, you know,
Okay, so what
or
year
even Cali.
do you remember what year that it was? What year?
What year was what?
Like it
Dolph?
was a transmigration. Motherfuckers was moving to Houston from Ohio. Some people was moving from Ohio and they was moving right down into Houston.
I
Or
heard about that. I can't remember what year, but
oh,
it
you
was.
gotta no, you just gotta look it up. You gotta go right on Google it and tell you, yo, that Dallas is the
Hmm.
most black populated state. I mean,
Absolutely.
Texas, period, is the most
Hmm.
black populated state.
Right.
Why? Because there was something forced them there.
Hmm.
Something
Like
happened in
a dark
Ohio,
force. Yeah.
huh?
Like
Yeah,
a dark
something happened
force. Yeah.
in Ohio that made you go down to there, and then there's something that happened in 2004, and it was called Hurricane Katrina. It was a storm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
storm it fucked the whole Hurricane Katrina.
But
That shit.
it was also something in Chicago. I don't know if you remember, but I can't remember what year specifically, but it was definitely after or no, it was in the 2000s definitely. But it was something that was driving those young what they call them, YBs now, but it was something that
Oh,
was
you call
causing
them
them
YB.
white,
I call
them
them
the young guys, the new
YN.
generation. I just say
Nah, fuck that. They not the
the
thing.
newer
That's
generation,
our new generation. I'm not claiming
right?
the name. I don't know nothing about no new
Okay, well, I'm
generation.
gonna just.
You want to know what was up there? It was a whole bunch of Jordan. Yo, motherfucker said that. Yo, it was
It was
Jordan.
something that was driving those people to become serial unalivers. Is what
They
I'm
had
saying. It's like
Jordans. They had
we
Jordan.
we were
Yo,
we were
the
experiments.
train goes through Chicago.
I know it, and they transport shit and drop weapons and
Yeah, they said that it
yes,
was
yes,
the
yes,
people that's
sir.
dying. They said it
Yes,
was a box. It
it
was
was for us.
it was just a
Boxes,
whole bunch of boxes that
weapons,
had guns in them.
drugs, weapons, drugs, all of that. They were dropping it off in certain cities. Absolutely, and
Really,
this is
I don't
why
know the city
this
they
is.
was dropping them off, and I don't really know
I,
nothing
I'm,
around
I'm,
the
I get it. I get it.
outside.
I get it.
Trust
But I'm just saying, this is part of their tactics of what they use to, it's like to what they use as far as tactics to help us unalive ourselves quicker. Where now it's not just okay, we can't just point the finger at the law enforcement or the other race. Now we're taking each other out. We're doing their job for them. You see
because
what I'm
we're
saying?
intermingled, right? We're intermingled.
Absolutely,
You never
absolutely.
know who you're gonna fall in love with. I could see this woman's like, damn, I think she's beautiful with all that lipstick on. I like glasses. She got long hair, but you know what? Yeah, her lip, yo, you see, look at her lip. She got that red lipstick on. Nah, I can't mess with that because now,
But
yo,
you have to realize that what they do, one of their main tactics is when people are unalive, they use what you love the most, and that's the way you leave this world. You get what I'm saying?
doing
Okay,
with
Mo
doing what?
three love he
Doing
loved women. He
what
loved
you
women, right?
love the
So did
most.
Dolph, right?
But wait a minute, hold up. But
They used women to get
no,
in
it
the
was
way,
somebody
and
that
that's
they
what
thought
got them
was
alive on the line. I'm
they
sorry, go ahead.
thought they thought about him that
But
what
how you
he
know it
loved the
wasn't
most
lined up the
was
other? But
it
if it was
wasn't
lined
pussy.
up,
It wasn't this wasn't over no pussy.
I
It
know, I
wasn't
know
over
that,
no
I know
pretty.
that. But this was part of the
All right,
tactic to
so
get in the way. This was a way to, to take because when you dealing with okay, it's not many, it's not. I can think of one man that well, I can't say not one man, but it's not many men that are sober minded that don't drink, not on drugs, don't smoke marijuana, don't do nothing. You talking about a man that's completely sober minded and thinks with it
at
with it with it
time at normally,
and
right?
but
Normal time he
women
was
women could distract him, right? So
okay.
when
Well,
you
so
put a
I
when you
gotta
put a
stop. But we gotta get on the
distraction,
same ground. We gotta
when
get
you
on the
throw a
same ground. You and
distraction
I.
out there, okay, go ahead.
So you're a woman.
Right.
I'm a man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
drinking right now, and I'm smoking. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because a doctor said, "Yeah, yo, you was in the military. I need you to smoke this because
Say
I
less.
don't
You
want."
told me that story. Say less.
All right, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I don't know what the fuck these two people on here, what they taking and what they talking about, or none of that.
Right. Oh, they
But
they they be on a whole bunch of shit on here. They be on
okay,
Fenton and some more shit, but
all right.
never mind
So
that. But I don't
so we're
I
gonna
don't drink
start
or
with
smoke either.
that.
Just
This
cigarettes.
case started with illegally diverted opioids. So if it was started
Yeah.
with illegally diverted opioids, that mean that shit that came from Mexico. Yeah, somebody
Mm-hmm.
fucked up. Yeah,
Fact.
and the ball went right to
Fact.
New Jersey or New York, and you
Fact.
gave up. You just went and gave up the all five. What the fuck
And
you
you
gave
right
up?
next door to
So
it
you
in
had a
Texas.
mandatory minimum of how many years? You just walked
Mm-hmm.
up to the officers and gave them the bag, and you knew the meth. You knew the meth was up in there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So start there, and that year, yeah, people know. Yo, if somebody this nigga came back to Dallas, you
That's
know,
why I say common sense ain't that common, but I know 3 was a
this
smart
wasn't
man.
no jealous baby daddy.
No,
No,
it
I'm
was
trying to
not.
knock you the fuck
This
off,
was a
nigga.
planned,
You
well planned, orchestrated hit. This man had several attempts on his life, just like Dolph did. Think about it. That wasn't the
man,
first time the night before
the
wasn't the first
rats one,
time they
right?
attempted to take him out. The night before wasn't the first attempt on his life.
So
Because
how would
it was another attempt in California, right? I know you know that because you know what you know.
I don't
I mean,
know.
you
I
don't know
don't.
nothing.
We don't
You
know
don't know
nothing.
nothing, but you the
I just
receipts.
listen.
So
I just
I'm
remember
listening to the
it
receipts.
said
You know what I'm
something.
saying? And I just
Yeah,
watch the
about
receipts. So I'm gonna leave
300
it at that.
rounds.
But
Yeah,
you
they
don't know
saying
shit,
300 rounds. I don't know who shot the 300 rounds into the bull truck, and then
right?
100 rounds into the other
Yeah,
one.
I heard.
But
Was
it was
that part of that
already.
bullshit that came out the other day? The paperwork I was hearing about. I didn't watch that live either. I didn't hear it. I didn't. I missed that one. They were saying something about Gotti in his vehicle.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
I
that
heard
part.
about that the other day.
We
But
just know
anyway,
John Gotti.
yeah.
He dead.
I
The
don't
bull
think either
John
one of them
Gotti dead.
cases. I don't think either one of them cases had anything to do with a jealous baby daddy or uh, fighting over women. I think it was about men being jealous of a certain group of men being jealous of a single individual man and his independent success because you had Mo3
What,
who
what,
Mo3 bought his way
what if it
out that
was
contract, right?
what if it was a group of men that all had
Against one
bad.
man in both
No,
cases,
no, no, no,
correct?
no. All
Okay.
it was a group of men
Uh-huh.
that all stood the bigger picture, right?
Right.
But if you understand the bigger picture of all of this, right?
Yeah, I do. Most of it anyway.
All right, okay, so we say most of it.
Mm-hmm.
So this say the F. Forget about the W, but the FAA in Dallas. What you getting ready to report? A plane crashed. Yeah, Dallas always
Right.
got shit going on down there
But
with
that's
John F.
usually when they
Kennedy,
come around.
all of
Right,
that shit.
right.
So I don't know nothing that go on down in Dallas. I don't
And
believe
Memphis.
shit. Yeah, you got the Zapruder film. You got all of these films and all of this shit like that.
And
But
what was some of the monumental moments that happened in Memphis? Wasn't that
what
where Martin Luther King was?
that's what I show. I show
You see what I mean?
when Martin Luther King said this time it was the Poor People's Convention.
But do you realize did you do it? Well, I've done my research. I put it that way with the Memphis shit. And
So you know
Dolph
anything about you
Dolph
know anything
bought Dolph was
well,
buying up a lot of property, and
okay,
people were not happy about that at all. And
okay, so now we got
when I
that's where
say
we got
people,
young
I mean
Dolph.
certain people. Yes.
Right. That's where we got young Dolph, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. So we got young Dolph, he dies in Memphis at a cookie shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he went to go buy
On
some cookies that was supposed to be his last breath. You got
on
Martin Luther
display
King
for everybody to see as
his
a
last
mockery.
days was at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
He committing adultery.
Right. Laid up with
That's
a
what y'all
bitch.
got him with, and then you got
Laid
a
up with a bitch.
preacher
Right.
comes right out 30 years later by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
He said as they was coming out of room
Yep.
306.
First he starts speaking out, and then all of a sudden he shut up. Somebody shut him up.
Yeah, but it
Thaddeus.
was it
Thaddeus.
was
That
my
was his name.
homeboy. It
Thaddeus.
was my
Thaddeus.
homeboy. He said, "Get
He was
the
he
tape."
knew what the fuck was going on. He knew. And he was talking at first. After they locked him up, something happened, and that man got quiet for a reason, and certain shit he wouldn't talk about no more.
Yo, um,
And I don't believe he
homeboy,
died from no natural cause.
my homeboy said, I don't know my homeboy, but I showed it over here. He said he got a phone call. He's a Muslim.
Hmm.
He said, I got a phone call, and he said, so and so and so and so. He said, get the tape.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah. So
tape.
what's your opinion about that shot, that cookie shot? Because
I don't
I
got
heard your opinion about it before, and
yeah,
when you said
I
it
don't even
before years ago, I still feel that way.
yeah, I don't got the tape, but Memphis police, because Memphis police also killed somebody
Absolutely.
in my family.
Oh shit. Okay. Don't say that. Don't.
And
Yeah.
now Memphis police, yo, now in Dallas, so another family member is on
Connection.
the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this yellow motherfucker, whether he did it or not.
Now
He
I
think
want to know. I want to know. Did you hear that live? What was it yesterday? I caught a live replay today from yesterday, and it was a specific person that's tied to the person from the cookie shop that said she was here for a certain reason, and she don't fuck with three, she don't like three. She says she's made that clear from the very beginning. She says she had a purpose for why she was here, and she was here to find out certain things. Did you catch that live?
I don't know if that's the John named Toya,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know Toya.
Did you? Okay, you
I
ain't
know
got
that
to know it. I
she
don't
throw up
know
a
her either.
sign.
But did you catch that? The
I
live,
know a
all
little
the
bit.
shit that was
Yeah,
said.
I've been following.
That shit pissed me off.
I've been following her because in her joints was a lot of people that I know from Philly.
Yeah, but you know she's also best friends with the cookie girl, right?
Okay, so the hills have eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Yeah.
you remember that movie?
Because
The
yeah,
hills
you know, all of a
that
sudden
have
that certain someone came up missing because he knew too much, and another
yeah,
certain person came.
yeah,
Were
because
you
I don't even know nothing,
right?
right?
But
I don't
do
know
you
nothing.
remember? Okay. I'm not gonna ask you. Do you remember anything? I'm gonna just say
No,
this.
you could ask me if do I
No.
remember anything, but
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know no
Okay. No,
nicknames.
no, no. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no names. Now, a certain person did an interview years ago during the time that everybody was doing content on Dolph, right? And a certain person had asked another certain person to interview that person, to interview this man. And while all of a sudden, a day or two later, this man was unalive. And on this live, this man was caught on live asking for this man's number, information, like address, shit like that, whatever, to meet up outside of the meeting on the podcast, because the guy actually went to the podcast. It wasn't no FaceTime to FaceTime interview. This was this guy at on the podcast why this certain CC was out there in Memphis, but he lives in Dallas. And then all of a sudden,
All right,
this
so that'll be.
this
I'm just gonna
female
say we're gonna
ended
call
up
him.
moving. This female ended up moving in with the CC in Dallas because of death threats or whatever the case may be, whatever the narrative was. But don't you find
Over
all that
here, over
strange?
here, over here, we good. Okay, so I'm gonna just
Hmm.
tell you. Just say no to Skull. Yeah, he's a federal and he's a federal informant, and so is
It's
that
a few
girl
of them.
that went down there with him. They, yeah, we know who.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I
Because there
don't.
ain't no way
When
like.
I caught Ratchet trying to get Skull, I'm trying to let Skull know, like, yo, all the way from down Alexis Ware, this nigga never played Mo3, right?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that he was playing the other
Okay,
side's music.
right. No, it wasn't that. This my motherfucking truck. You know what I'm saying? This my
Hmm.
motherfucking truck. I got a playlist. Playlist.
Okay, I see what you're
All
saying.
right, so my
Okay.
playlist for hip hop, yeah, that shit started with I think that shit started with Jeezy or Lil Wayne, somebody like that. I
Hmm.
don't know. And then at the end of the day, he kept he kept saying something about a stripper bitch.
Hmm.
So he was playing. If he asked could he play his John, he would say, "Yo, listen to this song." The song would be, it was King Von.
Mm.
So I'm looking at King Von John the whole time. I'm listening to King Von. So
Hmm.
whatever happened down in the hotel down in South Click, after it happened, I packed my
Hmm.
shit up, got the fuck out of Dodge, and got the fuck back up to the Philadelphia.
Right.
But the whole time, because I thought Ratchet
Yeah,
Gang
I
was very
apologize for laughing at you when you was talking about that water scene. It was funny though, but I know it wasn't funny to
what
you at the
were
time.
what were the scene?
You was telling me about the circle, and you was telling me about the circle and something you saw something in the water. You didn't go no more detail besides that. But you
Yeah,
said
the
that
boy,
it was a circle.
I'm backing up. I got on a D. I'm gonna tell you, I had on an Adidas sweatsuit.
That sounds like a ritual type shit.
Right, like he was trying to sacrifice me, but the little stripper bitch, 3088, yeah, she let it all out. Like
Line you up.
they was going to kidnap.
Mm.
They was trying to kidnap me, and
Mm.
I was trying to kidnap the ball.
So where was the advocate?
Huh?
Where was the advocate? Didn't the advocate go with y'all? Because I saw
What?
a clip of a
What
video when
advocate?
okay, look, that image you have on your picture right now, when you had that channel right there, you might still
Mm-hmm.
have it, I don't know. But well, I'm just say when you had that channel with that black hat right there. And it was the black hat and the mask. And you were under the initials at that time. That's the name you went by. So I'm gonna just tell you, I remember as far back, further back than that. But I was watching you then because I remember you always being, supportive of his channel and trying to influence him as far as how far he can take his channel because of, the way his mind worked. And it seemed like he was really into it then, before the plays and all of that type of shit, whatever. So with that being said, I know that you were donating certain people's channels, that you fucked with, that you believed in, and you wanted to see them go further, and it was more like an investment. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I looked at it. From
Okay, so it was a investment,
I I
right?
saw that even before you said it. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't see nobody just donating and pouring into nobody like that. For no and out the blue. And then I
Well, did
remember
you?
on
Let
that
me ask you
show
this.
you
Let me
all
ask you
talking
this.
about. I remember you
What,
all
what,
talking on that show about things like that. So that's why I said that without you saying it, I already remember that because it was things that was
but
said
you
on the
think of
show
this
where you were
investment
talking about.
that I want some?
No, 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 no. Like not like investment. Like nothing was supposed to be given back to you. Not like that. No, no.
No,
I
no,
meant
no,
like
no.
you
Listen,
seen a
listen to
potential.
me all the way through.
Okay, okay.
You expect a return on your
Correct.
investment, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so
That's what I
time
mean.
is money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you spent your time down there. I'm sitting with my back against the wall because I'm a Marine. I
And
know
y'all supposed to be
against
working the
the
case.
wall.
Right.
So I'm gonna go make. So I'm telling you, a woman came up to me. She was a heavily set woman.
Mm-hmm. What
She
she
was
said?
showing me the game in South Click. South Click to me
She did
means
what?
South Carolina.
Hold on. She did what? She was
She
showing you what?
she was showing me the game
Oh, how
in
people
South
play
Click.
down there?
Yeah.
Oh, so they with the
So
shits
I don't know
and run plays and
nobody. I
games and
don't
shit
even
down there
remember
too.
chick, but I know that she said her husband. She told me she said she came over, and I'm sitting there and I'm paying attention to the person that I came down there because you said,
Right.
yo,
Everybody around you. Right. Yeah.
right. So I'm gonna sit with my back against the wall.
Right.
As soon as I seen the play, because the girl showing me the text messages
Mm.
of she stand up and she said the table with them girls. You know what a flying buttermilk is?
No.
A flying buttermilk and up in Pennsylvania is a black a black person and all of this. Yo, you standing out.
Okay.
A
Okay.
fly in buttermilk.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
all
Okay.
first it was
Okay.
all of these white people
In
there,
other words,
and as
you the
soon as
target.
we came up in
You
there,
everybody's
yeah,
watching
these
you.
black chicks come up in there.
Got you. Everybody's watching you. They got eyes on you. You the target. Got you.
Right. They were supposed to kidnap me. But I'm just who kidnapping who?
Right.
Man, I'm stabbing whoever. Yo, if you come up to this truck wrong,
When you said the
it, yo,
machete, I said, man, I
yeah, I
started.
drove.
I had to go on
I
mute.
even
I was
drove something
cracking
that the
up.
government would be in, because I'm on that point. I'm on that because if I
That
kidnap
motherfucker
you,
sliced a motherfucking in thousands of pieces though.
somebody
Shit,
want to
that
get in
motherfucker come in
thousands of
handy.
pieces, then you trying,
Mhm.
to get chopped up. I got it for you. I chop you the fuck up and throw you right in the motherfucking water. Cause I don't know what the fuck jumped in that water behind me.
So
You got people
what type
early
of
in the
image?
morning.
What type of image did you? Oh, this was during the day or at night
When he
when you
hit
saw
me,
that in the
he like,
water
yo,
when with the water incident. Was this morning or noon or night?
it was the morning. Listen, it was
Sunrise.
the daytime.
Okay, so was it like a reflection
Nighttime
or
is
of
when
the
you can't
image,
see.
or did you
The
see a
nighttime,
reflection?
I told him I trained I trained in South Carolina. Excuse me,
Right.
South Carolina. So
And I
the
remember you
path
saying
of that
you wanted to
water,
be
right? The
you didn't
path
want to
of
be
that
around a
water,
certain places after nighttime. because that's not the type of town to be in at sundown. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, they could be considered sundown states. So
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I booked it. I said I don't want to drink any water from South Carolina.
Right.
I don't want nothing to eat from South Carolina
Hmm.
because the fuck
That's smart.
we
Bring your own food.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Bring
up
your
here
own shit.
beefing, you beefing with South
Yeah.
Carolina, talking about somebody went missing.
Right. And you don't know
So
what you
I'm not
walking
trying to
into.
stay, but I'm just trying to stay in driving distance.
Hmm.
So if I had to go down here and fuck somebody up, bro, I'm going down there and fuck them up. You ain't even gonna know nothing about it. Cause my whole plan was, yo, if 95, if somebody got a young lady, a young black woman,
Right.
she can't travel somewhere on 95
Right.
or any on
And
these
she
other
had
roads.
kids, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she got kids and everything. So then I
Bad.
see, when he show her, is they got Pittsburgh
So do
Steelers
you think?
all.
Let me ask you something. That? Do you think that? Damn. How can I? I'm trying to figure out the right word to say. Do you think the family was in on this?
The family was in on what?
Whatever happened to uh uh the young lady y'all went out there to get justice for? I'm not gonna say her name.
Then
Do
I
you think the family played a part? Any
listen.
of them?
No, just
Or
let me.
you didn't get that far?
It may. It may. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I was when somebody took her, I wasn't there. I could
No, no, no,
only
no,
make.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about like from what, like if the family had made statements like body language, shit like that. I'm not saying you were there when it happened or anything like that, because I know that, this was a case that, was being talked about after she went missing. So what I'm saying is from as far as the details that everybody on social media was able to see, including myself, do you believe from like from your heart of heart, do you believe that the family had any knowledge or anything to do with it, from your just guessing, hypothetical, your opinion?
Allegedly.
Because to me it just don't, it's a lot that just don't add up,
Yeah, I don't know. First of all, I wasn't
and a lot
there.
of people look
I was
suspect.
just
I know you wasn't there. I know you weren't.
I was just there to give money because
I
okay,
know it. I know.
if you was trying to, if I go down there and it's like, oh, they want 100K to get the girl back,
I watched
right?
the show. I watched the lives. I know
So
you
we
weren't
get
there.
down there. So I done looked at all of the clips from there, saying, all right, the 100K, but I wasn't bringing that in cash.
Right,
You understand?
right. Because
So I
then
look
you'll be a
like,
damn fool for
this
somebody
girl,
to
if
set
I
you
had
up.
a hundred
Right,
K in cash to come down there and give you cash money,
right.
when I know
You'll be out
if
of your
you're
rabbit
a
ass mind to do
kidnapper,
that. Yeah,
yeah, if you're a kidnapper, I don't know no way that no kidnapper got away with the
scot
money.
free. Right, without being
No.
unalive. Yep,
Say it again.
without being unalive.
What was the first thing you said? Scott free.
Scott. Nobody get. Yeah, yeah. Nobody gets away free when they coming down there with ransom money and shit like that. All in cash and things of that nature. Whatever. And then especially today in today's time and age, we got things called money transfer and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's different ways to work around that shit. But I've never heard of, not in a movie or in real life, from anybody walking away alive, scot free with ransom money to rescue someone and make it out alive in a city and state that
So what am I
that
supposed
they're
to
not
so
even
from
from.
that so from that point, If I leave 5 days earlier because I didn't like the
Shit didn't
situation,
sit right. Right.
I
That
leave.
makes sense. That makes sense. You did.
But
You
then
did what.
I'm calling in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling in
Right.
because I'm thinking that this ratchet gang is this big fucking gang
Right.
because the people that's talking and all of that, not
Try to make it
knowing
seem like they operated like they was a whole organization that make things happen, and you found
word,
out otherwise. I
but
get it.
not know ratchet, not knowing that I flew in somebody that was a ratchet gang, and I
Mm-hmm.
paid for someone that was on ratchet gang. I paid
Right.
for their 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 YouTube. Their
Assistance and
was asking for something.
knowledge as far as how certain people in that crew work. Right. That was
And if
smart.
those people come on to my channel and admit that, or I show you, I'm showing you, I will show you the actual, the text messages
No, you ain't got
between.
to do that because I think I seen them before.
Right. So what
Because
I'm
that
saying
subject
is,
came up before where a bunch of text messages came out around surrounding that topic. Yeah, I saw them.
so if the bull goes so far to as to hire someone that wants to call himself a dark lord or anything like that,
Hmm.
any crazy shit like that,
I heard about that
bro,
too.
bro, I'm gonna start looking,
Yeah,
and I
that's kind of
and
how I looked at that guy. What I forgot what he called himself, but he was running plays with Rain. Um, I forgot on which case. I want to say the Dolph case. Um, or it might have been the 3 case. God damn it. Everybody was on his channel running plays. I forgot his name. John Countdown.
I know you talking
Countdown.
about who you talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
John Edward
Yeah,
Smith
Countdown.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
Paperwork
Yeah.
Party. Yeah, so
Yeah. That
listen,
shit was
I'm telling
crazy.
you, literally like 3 days. I just told you, the ball. I told the ball, don't record me.
You said 3 days ago?
Yeah, about 3 days ago, I just told I showed the John where I told him, yo, don't
Oh, I thought you meant you
record.
talked to him. I was gonna say, huh?
I ain't talking to this nigga.
I was
Why would
gonna
I
say I
talk to
knew
a
y'all
nigga
didn't
that
get
I don't know?
along. Yeah, I that's what
Yeah,
I was just
you
gonna
might
say. I
be, yo,
knew
if you
y'all didn't get
involved,
along.
yo, nigga, I'm not trying to talk to you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want me to keep putting these receipts out, I know your whole name, Jonathan Edward Davis. And I know
Uh-oh.
how I found you.
I'm going on mute.
Fuck out of here. I ain't Joe Jerk, just got off work.
Yeah, but
I know how I found you. You was covering up all shit in the same studio that, yeah, in that same studio.
right.
I'm
Gotcha.
looking in the studio.
I'm picking up what you putting down.
Yeah, you throwing all these motherfucking blankets and shit around, and then Angie Stone dies as soon as I'm recording something. I just keep saying just a few.
Mm. Is that why
Yeah,
you
with
did a?
motherfuckers
Didn't you
like
do a blog or something? Did some type of live stream talking about her after her
who Angie
passing?
Stone.
Yeah,
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 that was my
yeah.
girl.
I
Yo,
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember. I remember watching that. I just didn't drop down in the chat, but I watched the whole thing and then
what,
I hit the like
what
button and I watched it, but I didn't drop down in the chat.
what color was the I'm just saying, what color was the Sprinter?
What Sprinter?
Yeah, it was a Sprinter that ran into and or was carrying
Oh, I'm
Angie.
not for sure. I'm not for sure. Don't
Yeah,
give
it
me
was
the line.
black. It was black.
Don't give me the line. I be watching so many. Like I watched so many cases, like from like these celebrities and stuff like that, it's like sometimes I have to, actually go back and look into some old content unless it's something as late as like as recently as I've been watching like the 3Ks, the what's his name? Lil Dirt case, the what's his name? The little flimsy rapper that was on trial with and Woody took the stand and he kept saying he don't recall Young Thug. Those cases I can remember very, very
Oh,
clearly.
he talking about Young Thug.
I can remember those cases very clearly because they lasted so long, like for years,
All right,
and
so
a lot
say
of
it.
cases.
So say if you say if I post a short and I tell you who they naming as witnesses in your case,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I just said, and all, I ain't say nothing. I ain't make no
Right.
comments or
Right.
nothing. But my whole thing has been all the way down the joint. Yo,
Right.
Ms. O,
Strategically.
Ms. Offin.
Yeah.
This was on Instagram. I re-recorded it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I screen recorded it and made it a short and
Oh, I
built
see.
my
I see how
second channel.
strategically you've been moving.
Right. Just on some strategic shit. So if
Mm-hmm.
I'm strategic, I'm I'm gonna keep saying family. I don't who the fuck is a friend? I don't know who nobody no fucking friend.
Right.
Family.
Friend, foes, every shit. Never know. Never know. Never
You
know.
never know.
But you definitely, I remember, I can remember exactly what it was I said to you to when you start looking at me like I was a op. Like, because I think I said what I said was
Tell me.
you were
Tell me.
talking about the
Tell me.
double digit, you were talking about the double digit lady. And I said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And then you start looking at me as an op because I remember you typed something back to me in the chat and you said, "You see this?" You was telling your chat. You were saying, "You see this?" You know, and you put my comment on the screen when I said, "When people show you who they are, believe them." I was talking about
Well,
pertaining to
why
when you
would
were
I
talking
put it
about the
on the
double digit lady.
screen?
I don't
Why
know.
would I put it on the screen?
I have no clue. Maybe to let your audience know that you thought I was, one
Not
of
you.
these. Oh, okay.
I'm
I
not
don't know,
I wasn't there.
but it was no, 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 no. I'm talking about when you were on content,
I've
and this was
never been
about.
on content. Our thing has always been we go live when we want to go live
Okay,
and
well,
we be shouting out for
I
one
think you know what
another.
I think you know what I'm talking about though, because like a
Right.
few
I
days
do
later,
know what you was
I
talking
ended up
about.
because I originally came to your channel under my real government name.
Boom. So I never wanted that out there again.
But when you were talking about the double digit person, that's when I said, because I think you had showed that recording of her and you know, uh,
Her father, right?
Fago Cola. Yeah,
Father?
that's what I call him, Fago Cola. But I know his name. I know what they call him, but I just say Fago
Yeah.
Cola.
I
But
call his
when you
name. I
played
call
that
everybody
recording,
name. Corey
is when
Brown.
I
Yeah.
put that comment up
Yeah.
there. Is when I put that comment up there, and you see, you was expressing how you felt played and you was disappointed, and he had how he was showing the little silver thing in his hand. You said it didn't really look like a hard drive or whatever he said he had on there, unreleased shit and all of that type of stuff. And that's when I said, before that I said something about snakes bite, and then after that I said when people show you who they are, believe them. When they show you who they are the first time, believe them. I was talking
Okay.
about
And you
her.
also what else you also told me? Make what?
Uh, you start showing something about some weird
No,
channel I've never heard about before. No,
no.
I'm
Listen,
saying
listen.
I'm trying to tell you in the
Tell
order
me.
of sequences I remember it. So you start showing something about a channel of I'm trying to think of it. It was a weird name of this channel. You
Coach
played like
Collar.
a few
Coach Collar.
seconds. No, 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 no. That wasn't the name of it. It was a few seconds of this channel you played. It was called something about it was showing it had a lot of stuff about Mo3 on there and uh uh like looked like a lot of setup women and stuff like that.
Oh, my
World of the
girl.
no, no it was called World, what's it called? World of the Planet of the
Oh, Planet of the Fakes.
Planet of the Fakes. Yeah, you showed a clip of that for a few seconds, and I started looking at these people. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? And it was
I
showing a
didn't
lot of
know
women
that
on
they
there, and
did.
some of the
I
women
don't
looked
know.
kind of
Well,
familiar, but they had wigs on, And then it's like, what the fuck is this? And then they was still, it was something, whatever they was talking about. It was, well, you was doing commentary, you was pausing it back and forth, but you let it play for a few seconds, like probably about 60 seconds, a good minute or two. But then, for whatever reason, we ended up getting to that. No, that was after you played that. After you played that clip with old girl sitting on the bed and Fago showing the little silver thing he had in his hand. And he said, "Yeah, I sell this to you, and we can do some business, and this, that, and the other." I got a whole bunch of unreleased stuff with him and other artists, and this, that, and the other. And you'd be surprised how many people I met, in a club, in a club, some kind of club he had. I guess he said it was his club, or he had half partnership or something like that with him and his partner, some shit like that. But the
You
one of the
remember
guys that was
how many partners it was?
but I do remember him saying something about his security guy was dating one of his daughters. The guy named KB or something. His name K something. Anyway, it was some name with some initials. But anyhow,
So at the last moment, if I wake up today on my
mhm.
birthday and the first thing I see is him, I mean, I ain't play it. I didn't play it. I didn't respond to him because why would you wait the last fucking minute?
Yeah,
You know
I
why?
get it.
To the last minute, he could read me just as much as I could read him.
Oh yeah, body language and eye contact is everything, and I understand why you want it, because I think old girl was trying to turn her camera off for whatever odd reason, but while she was sitting on that bed and kept looking in that phone, and it's just like shit just didn't look right, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that shit look weird.
her,
And I said,
yeah,
we,
very
I said,
weird.
we,
Like
I said,
while he was
we,
trying to while he was
before
trying to
you.
talk while he was trying to like he seemed like he was trying to finesse you with his talking, and she's working the phone like she's setting up some type of deals. And oh, I think we got a nigga, we might got a, we might be on to something here, on some money tip. This is, that's just what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just giving you my opinion. That's how it looked to me. And just, sometimes, what my grandma, what's the word? What's the line my grandmother used to tell me? A picture is worth a thousand words, but this wasn't a picture. This was a whole video. And it's just like the
But
body language,
I
all that
never
shit. And he
played
would smoke.
the
You
whole,
notice how he kept smoke.
I
What I
played parts
remember,
of it. That's the show.
whatever part you played was long enough for me to see that it was a lot of shit that was off, because the way he was smoking, like he was nervous as fuck. Like, because I heard you say something about, NDA contract, all of that shit. Like you was truly expressing to him, look, I'm about business, man, and I'm trying to. You told him what you was trying to
Oh,
do, something
I
about it.
wasn't just about business. It was something else I said. You can't just put that. Don't say I'm
Well,
just about business.
I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly getting on because, like I
Okay.
said,
All right. You know what? I
it's
ain't
been
gonna
so
say
long
nothing.
ago
Go
since
ahead
I
and do
seen
your
the.
thing. Do your
It's been
thing.
so long ago since I seen the footage, but what I do remember is something about you were saying what you wanted to do with the footage as far as like a now what Snake is keep talking about, documentary type shit, whatever. And I do remember. I'm trying to remember exactly. I can't remember word from word, but verbatim, pretty much like you know. You didn't just say just business, but you did say what else did you say? You said something about.
Family.
uh,
I wanted to know how the
Oh yeah,
family
yeah, something
was
for his
getting
family, like for
money.
closure, like
Yeah,
yeah.
how was
I
his
remember
family
that.
gonna get paid?
Right, and his kids. Yeah, yeah. But I couldn't remember verbatim, word for word, what you said. But that's why I was thinking as I'm talking, like, because I don't like to misquote and put words in people's mouth, and misspeak. But it has been a while since I've seen you play that. And like I said, I can remember back before the time when you this image that you have on your screen right now of you. I can remember those days too, and even before that.
This ain't even what I wanted to show. I wanted to show that.
No. I'm not talking about the content part.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about your image. So never
Right.
never mind the picture on my thing. That's my oldest daughter on there.
All right. And see,
Yeah.
the if we on the same thing, I know who you are, or you know who I am, and I'm not saying your name or
No, I
anything.
see, I see, I see, I see, I see what I see as time went by and I got to, talk to you and see, like I said, your stance has never changed as far as you wanting justice for not only him but for his mother and his children and his family. You know what I'm saying? Your stance has never changed. And
But
that's
who
where
brought it
my
to me
that's
though?
where my respect grew for you. That's
Who
where my
brought it to
respect
me
grew for
though?
you at. Huh?
Did, who brought it? Who brought it to me?
Who brought what to who?
Somebody was over here, and they showed me the let's just say of a place being busted. I ain't saying who nobody is, right? So let me just you see on the screen, right?
Okay, yeah, let's do the screen so then I have a better understanding of what you're saying. Let me blow it up.
Okay, so if I know you or you know me or we
Hmm.
don't know each other, I just know that
We're fond of each
okay,
other from the
huh?
internet. Yeah. We're fond of each other from the internet. Let's go.
Bada bing, bada boom. So I never forgot you,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to go back through my tapes,
Mm-hmm.
and I just went at the time that you sent me those things. You understand?
Hold on. I've never sent you anything.
Oh, then that wasn't you. My bad.
No,
I
no,
got you mixed up.
never. Nope. Cause see, that's one thing I don't do is see besides uh the growth sector panel and the people in that growth sector. I don't. I've just recently started hitting panels where I might hit like Mahia's panel
Multiple local and
or something. or something like that. But I don't do no behind the scenes shit or send shit to nobody. No, I don't do that. I don't get
Oh,
I don't get
you
caught
know
up in
what?
none of that.
You know what? You
You might
actually
think
right.
I'm
'Cause
somebody else.
'cause I don't even know you. I just, I don't
Just
know you.
just
Do you
nah.
know me?
I just followed your no. I just followed your content.
Okay, so
Because your
you
content,
hear
like I
about
said,
this?
your content has always been you've always screamed the same thing, justice for Mo3, and it's never changed. But this is kind of some of the shit that you were showing with this word up here at the end on the top of this content, the constitution shit. That's some of the things that you were showing on the screen when when I was in your chat that day, and we kind of you know, uh, I said I ain't
So
going
you,
over there to his chat no more. He must, but I understand now why you had trust issues trying to figure out who was who coming to your chat, because I know the way this internet works now is they send certain people over to you and all of that weird shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can ask the people from the growth sector, they'll all tell you, nah, she not cut like that. She don't do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't lie on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I might have made a few jokes here and there about little shit I heard about in the sector. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell what's true and what's not. And the only reason I was going with it at the time is because of the shit I felt like you were targeting me and you had me mixed up for somebody, that I wasn't, or that I was like an op where I was coming over here to infiltrate you or something like that. And that was never the case. I was really into your content and I'm still into your content. And that's why I say like one of the people that really convinced me that that you are all right person is Miss Kitty. And she's a real good woman, and she really wants justice for her family member, and I feel that wholeheartedly.
yeah, I don't really know
I
her
fuck
either.
with her,
I don't know nothing about
but I
her.
fuck with her though, as far as
I
on this app.
I
Like
fucks
I
with
said,
her
I don't
too.
go behind the scenes with nobody. I don't give my number out. Like even people in the growth sector, nobody has my number. Nobody has my number. I don't go behind the scenes and call nobody on my phone. I don't have nobody else's phone number off this app or in this sector off this app, period. And then I don't have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, none of that. I don't do none of that shit. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, I'm a mother
what I'm
with
about to do. That's what I'm
I'm
about
a
to do
mother
too.
with three kids. I'm a mother with three kids, and I've been with my
Hmm,
kid's father for over 18 years. So,
hmm.
this is something I click into because, I'm really interested in what happened to, I am a fan of Mo3, but I didn't become a fan of his until, like towards the end of his death. Like when I started hearing his music, but it wasn't after he passed away. It was a little bit before, just slightly before he passed. When I started hearing his music, because Dallas wasn't a state to where, like you see how they was doing them, where they was blackballing them and shit like that. So it's like he had to go to other states, and it's like other states would hear about a lot of his music, because the state he really claimed, which was Dallas, didn't stand with him. You see what I'm saying? So he made most of his money as far as a living from going on the road making his money because he was blackballed in Dallas in his own fucking
Right.
state. So
But no, no, not that. That's not. Yo, Dallas is a city,
right, right.
but he wasn't from Dallas.
Well, I know that he's always said he was from McKinney.
Okay, so
So
McKinney is
yeah,
outside of Dallas, right?
I get it, but he was still trying to ride hard for Dallas as well. I
I
guess
think
that's
he was
because of
trying to
some of the people.
ride
uh,
hard. I think he really was trying to ride hard for the whole state of Texas.
Yeah, he was
He
trying to
don't
put
want it
the
fucking
city
back.
on, but they didn't do right by him. And that we saying the same thing, we just saying it in a different way. And
Right.
what I mean by that is that it's like he would give back. When he gave back, it wasn't just to McKinney. He gave back in Dallas too. Like go back to
Forest
school stuff
Lane,
for kids, buying
Forest Lane.
kids shoes. Yeah, for wherever Forest Lane is located, but I just know that the places they say he would, do events for and have like kids day where like bounce houses and shit like that and give away free food and stuff like that, like MO3 Day and stuff like that, like before he passed away. It wasn't
That's
called Mo3 Day, but this just is how he would give back to the city. Like he would give back to the city just
where's
like
those
Dolph did.
recordings though? Where's those recordings? Who got rid of
This
all
is,
of that
but see,
family members?
he always said I've seen a lot of the recordings, but I don't know where they are now. But I forgot somebody played one the other day, and it was showing him uh giving back to little kids, no, paying people's rent, going to people's
Boom.
houses
There you
with no
go.
security
Right
or
there.
nothing, and he was paying people's rent, but he didn't want this stuff filmed on camera, publicized, because he didn't want people to think he was doing it for clout. He was doing it out the
But
greatness of his
but
heart. He was
think
genuinely
though.
doing this shit, but people don't speak about shit like that. That's the difference between him and the other side. He gave back to a city that didn't give a fuck about him and
So
where he
if that
came
same
from in
city,
McKinney.
if that same
But they
city,
called him cheap and they hated on him, called him potato head and all that shit, mocking
there
him.
you go,
You know, it just that's what drew me more to him. Besides his music, in his music, you can hear the gospel and the soul in him. You can hear a man singing like he was born and raised in a fucking church, just
there you
like I
go.
heard he was, and it's a lot of things about him, his jokes, his laugh. His laugh was contagious. His jokes was actually funny. He could have been a fucking stand-up comedian himself, but he what he was doing with the rapping, he was doing that because that kept him out of trouble, because according to him, that's what his biological father told him, is put whatever anger you have, put it into your music, put your thoughts and your feelings into your music. And I remember all of this because I've been here from day one. So all that, all the people that's here that infiltrate and have their own underlying reasons for being here. I'm not one of those. You know what I'm saying? I've always been here because I want to see justice for that man, Miss Nicole, and his children, because
That
at the
part.
end of the day, his mother can do no wrong. His mother went through the storm with him, homeless, gave up put her house up as collateral, ended up being homeless with her son. I think he ended up having to stay with the him and his mom moved in with his aunt, which is his mom's sister or something, and his cousins and stuff was there. And I think he said that it was kind of crowded, but they had somewhere to stay. But it still wasn't what he wanted for his mother. He always
Right,
talked. The main person he talked about was his mother and his children, as any real man should. I don't hear.
but who you
I
think he
don't
would?
think I would ever hear a real man talk about they baby mamas before their mother and their children.
But who you think would after him if it wasn't him to keep him, his like? I don't want to say it like corny or hope, keep hope alive. Who would you think would it be if
What?
his
What I
mom
think?
is
What?
growing older? He will. Who was with him when he made his stance that yo, I'm for this.
His mother.
No, if his mom wasn't there,
Oh, if
I
his mother wasn't there, you mean like you speaking hypothetically if he was
somebody
still
else that
living?
was in his family, who you want right there because I know I can trust you. We got the same blood flowing through our
His
veins.
brother. His brother. That's why
Bingo.
I don't understand the damn all that chaotic shit that was brought up about the chain from Rain and the baby mama. I don't understand that.
So that's why I always was with
Question
God
certain people. I get it. I get it.
because I'm
And
like, yo,
I
I'm
understand you
yelling,
better
I'm
now.
trying to yell it online, like, yo,
Mhm.
don't get that chain back. That's somebody either want it for not money,
Their
but they
own
want
personal reasons. Because they
bingo.
wanted to say, yeah, we got this nigga's chain.
And
And you know what that means in the industry. You got a nigga's chain.
it
Oh,
don't
that
mean that just in the industry. It mean that shit in the military. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
we got
yeah,
his
that's true.
DNA
That's true.
and we bury him at sea.
That's like what serial killers do. They collect shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's kind of like what it reminds me of. And that it seemed like they wanted that chain back so bad, like, you know, you could tell it was worth more to them than anything else that he
then the
had,
chain
apparently.
itself was worth. Then the chain itself was worth.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
Yep,
I heard about it too.
I
Like
heard he spent a
it
nice amount of
wasn't
money
worth
on
what
that.
it
Hmm
was worth. So you want to get
And
that
it's
chain,
and
and
you are
you want to get
absolutely
the teeth
right.
out
If
their
he was
mouth.
still living, if he was still living, regardless of whatever differences him and his brother had, like normal siblings do, he would want that chain to go to his brother. Somebody said something stupid enough to where, nah, he would have wanted that his son wearing that chain around his neck. Not that
Why?
type of chain at that
Why?
age.
Why? He said, "Yo." He said, "Yo, um,
That
Trey,
was
don't
crazy
do
to
the
me.
things that I did."
Hmm
And then somebody had the audacity to
That
come
man
right
was a
after
real
he
father.
was like, on Trey.
Right.
They said Trey Day, so I just acknowledged them
But
or
what
whatever.
made me mad was the fact that they was exploiting this man's son after he was unalive by putting him on social media.
But who do you remember who
It
that
was
was? Because
two
I
of them.
only ones I remember
It was
was
two niggas that did that.
yeah, Skull. No, first it was
And
two
Snake
niggas
and Snake
and
Water.
chick.
Them two.
Yeah, yeah. But
But
the
who allowed
mom,
them to do it?
somebody
Right.
mom had to let
Allowed
them
them to
go.
do that.
All right,
Which means what? Somebody was probably fucking one of his baby mamas.
man.
Hmm.
I mean,
Make it make sense now.
I don't know who was fuck.
I mean,
I was
I'm
yeah,
not saying that to be
I
fact.
was down there kicking in doors and
Allegedly,
shit.
allegedly, but why else would a woman trust someone that's just working a case, that's just blogging on her deceased kid's father's case, just freely go take her child, that man's child somewhere, whether she was present or not, and put them all on, exploit him on the internet. The only he's never
Because
done that. He
before
didn't
that,
even do that himself. Besides showing like family pictures with him and his children and his mother, but he didn't do that himself when he was living. As far as exploiting his children and putting the camera all in their face, he didn't do
but
that.
he said that ain't it. That ain't it.
I know it. I
He
know it.
never showed the faces of you know who was doing what, and he never called them by name.
Right.
Even Eric
Like
B.
when
Jones
he said,
threw me
yeah,
off because I was like, "Yo, he talking about Eric B. up in New York?
but
No,
you
he
knew
ain't
who.
talking about that nigga.
But you knew who
No,
he's talking about when he said, yeah, oh boy used to take all my pictures from me. He was talking about Bubba. And it took for an interview for me to realize who he was talking about. Cause I'm like, who the fuck is he talking about? Took all his pictures and,
He said,
and filmed them or
tell the,
something to that
tell
extent.
the
But
ops,
I
I
heard that
want
was
a lot
Bubba.
of pictures. He said,
Yeah.
tell the ops, I want a lot of pictures.
Mm-hmm. He was talking about Bubba. And they had to get Bubba out the way to get to him.
Boom, because Bubba was his man.
Bubba was the
And
muscle.
when they
Bubba was the muscle.
said something about Bubba, I thought it was Bubba.
Cause I didn't know that MO3 Mama called him Bubba until she did that interview on Hip Hop Homicides. She said
Bingo.
that was his name. That was his nickname too, was Bubba. His mother called him
Bingo.
Bubba. That was his nickname. So when that first
But who
interview
made the
came out
call?
about, we his family, we used to call what the Quatita lady said, well, what y'all used to call him? What did everybody call him? Oh, we called him Momo. His mama called him Bubba. They said he
No,
didn't even like
his
being
mama
called no
said,
damn Momo. They said
y'all,
he wouldn't even go for being called no Momo.
his mama said, y'all know him as who?
MO3.
And
But
she
I
said,
know
I
him
know
as
him as who?
Melvin and Bubba.
No. Little Melvin.
Yeah, little Melvin, but she also said
Right.
Bubba. She said she nicknamed him Bubba. But
I
she
never
said
heard her
he will
say that.
always, yeah, I heard her say that on Hip Hop
Gotti.
Homicide.
I heard Cole Gotti say, yo, he called his mom and he said, yo, they said that Bubba just got shot. And I was like,
Right.
I
Bubba.
thought,
Yeah, because
I was like, Bubba.
I never knew
thought that was
went by
I'm
that
thinking
name.
that's the other boy, big,
Right.
the big boy
That's
Bubba.
why I said that was news to me when I saw
I
that.
said, yo, no, they used to call him Bubba.
Right. And you know how long ago that was when that came out? You know what I'm saying? When I first heard it. And then when cause it was when they did the Hip Hop Homicide thing and they had his mother speak, she was Mama Duck and some of the other mothers from Chicago was there too, right?
Yes,
So
they
she was
were. And
expressing
when
to them,
did you see any of them as upset as she was?
no.
Bingo.
She could barely speak. And all of them uh Duck, because I don't think Bomb Mama was there. I don't think she didn't want to participate in whatever Snake Water and Charleston White was trying to do, but Mama Duck, she was participating in it. He flew her out. They flew her out.
Man,
Well,
but Mama Duck
they
is
said
the
Rain
first
didn't
one
put
that
no money
sued.
into it.
Mama Duck was the first one. I ain't gonna say flip. She didn't have nothing to do with her son getting killed. So Mama Duck was the first one that they they was first attacking and everything. They was attacking Mama Duck.
Right.
How many
That's true.
shots did they say that her son got hit with? And she went and got the video and all of that, and we got to see all of that shit.
She went and got evidence on everything concerning her baby.
Her what?
Her son, her baby.
Right, her baby.
That was her youngest son, because she had another son that died too. And then she had a daughter that died burned up in a house fire.
She lost
3 or 4 kids. Yes.
Mama
And the brother, Duck's brother, had died a year or 2 before him. The other side killed him. With the side behind them side killed him. They was able to prove that, but it's still a open case. It hasn't been solved. But they're saying that with the evidence that's been collected with this Dirk shit, that an investigation that's been opened up for Duck, not only Duck's murder, but his brother's murder, and Duck's murder, his brother's murder, and what's the little guy that got killed on the bike? JoJo, the one that made the this song, the BDK, GDK, whatever BDK.
I saw that. So my
So their
first thought,
cases are being opened up too. Yep. And
so my
Dirk is
first
gonna go
thought was,
down. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead. No,
No, I
you
was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say that they did already announce, and it's this channel. I don't know if I told you about it, but you need to check it out. She's called Loyalty and Betrayal. That's the name of the channel, Loyalty and Betrayal. And
Never heard of them.
she no, it's a woman, and she gets the receipts. When I say she got receipts for the police department, Fed paperwork, all of that shit, like timelines, everything, dates, stamps, and people be taking her because she's a small blogger because she's not in it for the money. She's like you. She reminds me a lot of you, like you, because she's not in it for the money or put her cash up or none of that. I've never seen her put her cash up. Maybe, but probably about two times it might have been on her profile picture or whatever on the screen. But she shows every bit of evidence as far as documenting black and white paperwork. That's what she blogs. She blogs strictly on black and white paperwork. She don't blog on now. She might put some videos up there to like show and explain some of the paperwork, but she was even the one. She was the one who exposed that Trench's News was a informant. She exposed him.
Oh, Princess
Nobody
News.
knew. Yeah, she exposed who
Oh,
he
the one
was before it
with the
came out.
mask on.
Yes, before it came out, she
Oh, he
exposed
was
who she was. That lady is on her shit, I'm telling you. And she don't mind you playing her content because she's worked the Kanika Jenkins case, the Dirk case. She's never been involved with the Young Dolph, or she knows nothing about the Young Dolph or MO3 case or nothing like that. She strictly blogs about Chicago. And
All
you
right,
know, Kanika
so this
Jenkins
is
and
how
Dirk and all of them is all of that Chicago and Illinois is where she all she blogs about. She blogs about both sides in Chicago, GDs and BDs. She blogged on Vine's death. She blogged on FBG Duck's death. She blogged on Cash's death. She, like I said, she was the one who exposed Trench's News as a paid. She showed the paperwork where he was working with a detective until the detective crossed him, and then he tried to expose the detective. But she exposed him as a working paid informant before it even came out. A year before it came out, she exposed him. She's on her shit.
what year was that?
Uh, what year was that Duck died? Was that 2020 or 2021?
Shut, shut, look,
It was
Virginia.
either 2020 or
It's
2021. One of the two.
comes out. Let me go. And she says,
Hey,
Duck
Virginia.
in 2017. Duck wasn't the
Yeah, she
baby
be over there too. Yeah, yeah, she
of
be over there.
kids.
She'll tell you loyalty and betrayal be on her shit.
Three died. Three child. One of her twins died. All right.
Yep,
Okay.
it was.
Let me tell
Yep.
you
Oh
this.
yeah, it was two twin girls. Right. And
Okay.
then she lost two
Twin girls. Look,
son
they
before Duck.
giving us a date. This is all when we are locked the fuck down with masses thinking that something is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's when people
depends
start
on
wearing all
wherever
them.
you was at. You was
That's
locked down.
that's when the mass start. That's when the mass started. Receipts.
No, the mass started in like January or February
It started like
2020.
the end of 2019, 2020.
Where I'm telling you is it started when Kobe Bryant suddenly
What, the
dies.
plane crash?
Yeah, whatever he was at.
When him and his daughter was on the plane and it crashed?
Yeah, whoever was on that plane, yo,
Him, his daughter, and some teammates, I think.
LeBron James in Philadelphia, he lost the game, but he surpassed Kobe that same fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying
And
to look at AI sneaks because I want them AI sneaks. I'm looking at all of this shit. I ain't even trying to peep. I ain't even looking at the game. I'm just trying to see what sneaks AI got on that night because my daughter loves AI.
but you know, what they call that shit with them numbers?
Gematria.
Gematria. You know, the gematria. Them numbers be playing a major part in that shit too. When they
Yeah, but
when you sign to the
gematria,
industry,
the
or when you
gematria.
in the industry.
If you play the gematria game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's murder by numbers,
Right.
basically.
Right.
If you play the gematria game, I can draw it up any way I want to for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I done looked at all of them. Simple truth. Excuse me. Greg, I think his name was Zachary something Hubbard. So you had Simple Truth Television. He would say numbers, but him and Zachary Hubbard, they would always be beefing with each other.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
On the interpretation of gematria.
Right.
So it always went with 83.
Hmm.
Murder by Numbers, which had what's that girl name? I don't know what that the chick name is.
He said, I
Yeah,
don't know what
whoever
that bitch
played in
name is.
there and with everybody else that played in that movie, Murder by Numbers and all that. I don't know
Yeah.
them motherfuckers. Yeah, I don't know. It was some white people. They were doing shit. Yeah, by numbers. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know them.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like okay, okay, we gonna say a number 33, right? It's been and then like if you align some of them dates and ages with just all of the rappers that passed away from Empire alone, that should start making sense to you. You know what I'm
It,
saying?
it been making sense to
It
me, but
depends on who does it though.
right. So let me ask you this. So let's say I'm a business, right?
Mhm.
Me myself, I'm a business. I invest in people.
Right.
So let's say I invest in
That's
people, whether
exactly what they doing. That's
yeah,
exactly what they doing.
yeah, because you coming up here and I heard you be shooting out motherfuckers out and up. Yeah, you banging motherfuckers. That's how
Mhm.
insurance was built.
Right.
Motherfuckers was built. These insurance companies was built on war.
Right. And it's like they already have the timeline of their demise and all of that shit planned out already. Oh, this motherfucker ain't gonna make it past 33. We gonna make sure of that, and we gonna make sure that we gonna wait till they
Yeah,
we gonna wait till they get hot and let them make it for a
yo,
few couple years, and then
how
we gonna get them out of
how
here.
does how
It's just a
does
lot of shit to it, you know. But
how,
it
how does my man die on March 31st of what's his name out in California?
in
Um,
California. Are you
yeah,
talking about the actor Malcolm something?
no, not Malcolm, nothing. His
I
name
don't know where
was
he's from, but that's why I just
Bruce.
shot that out there because I don't know what city and
Yeah,
state he's from. But
somebody
they said
died. They
something
was at a
about he
they had
drowned.
yeah, it was called the marathon, and his lady, she was called something London. LL, Laura London. Yeah, don't forget about her. Let's be truthful. Laura London was supposed to be, yeah, she's supposed to be the boy wife or just fiance or something. And the next thing you know, the bull get knocked off. And then they say, yo, the person that's representing the bull, his name's Shitty Cuz. Y'all serious? Y'all calling us Shitty Cuz? And all of the in that little ass space, it was all these fucking rental cars. Yeah, stop playing like, niggas shut up because they made to shut up. Yeah. Or maybe I can gather all the facts, enough facts, convince the jury, y'all playing games. Stop playing fucking games with us because I don't play no games. Yeah, Shitty Cuz or whatever the fuck his name was, Marmaduke or whatever the fucking name was. I don't know this nigga. I don't know him. I don't know who his peoples is. I didn't look that nigga up or nothing. He was called Cowboy, right? Yeah. So think from when that happened to all these other shits that's happening all over the world. But what's the number one thing that they say to get us wrapped up? Let's go. That's the key word. Let's go. So the only time I've seen let's go and I get ramped up is in broken love. Kevin Gates say, let's go. Now let's go. Yeah, he's saying let's go. I don't know what the fuck to talk about. But that I just take off all of that other shit, all them other numbers, and it say LG to me. So if I got that, you got LG, I'm looking at LG or GL. GL is a Lexus. Let's go. And I take off I just strip all of that other shit down. That's LG. Yeah, TV. So I got you on film, taking out an LG TV from even my own home. But shout out to whoever that was. Strong Survive coming up. Yo, thanks for a woman. Yo, niggas don't even come up here and hit the link. Yo, a woman came up here and stood her grizzle and dropped this down when she wanted to drop this down, and I don't even know her. So guess what? If she was up to get an IP address or whatever, then that's between her and whoever she worked for. If she wasn't working for anybody, we are all in the same agreement. We want justice for MO3. So when I show y'all on this fucking screen, yeah, let me tell you something. I have to be honest with y'all, and that's the only way that I can be. I don't give a fuck. If I say I'm on 3 side, I don't give a fuck who died and they on the other side. Not because I don't care about human life. It's just that, it took too many of y'all to go against somebody that was 5'3", which I turned 53. Yeah, yesterday. person dropped down off a hill right after my first, 12, it's like 12:04 a.m. on St. Valentine's Day. So I want to smoke and never didn't. I just keep putting up.
And federal law enforcement agencies raided an adult bookstore in Dallas. It happened this morning.
Dozens of officers could be seen at the Paris Adult Bookstore on Harry Hines, the Dallas Police Department says. It was part of a series of raids all across North Texas, but...
What they say? It was part of a series of raids. But they specifically mentioned Harry Hines, as in Michael Hines. Yeah, ain't that y'all people? He was running y'all right down in John. Yeah, his name was Michael Hines. He told y'all was. Wait, fucking CIA agent? Why that nigga standing in the Dominican Republic? He said when he got locked up, somebody trying to fuck him, right? Rainwater. When he said he got locked up, yeah, you was trying to go to PC, nigga. Question is, who next? Because it shouldn't be Kogati or nobody else. Beyond the noble, beyond the noble bloodline, it shouldn't be nobody. That's look at that, look at the tape. That shit say dollars. Go read the paperwork and try to match shit up and connect the dot. I don't know what dots you connecting. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm not, I'm driving. And they ain't showing us the cop car with these motherfuckers standing out there at some place. Look at the truck over there behind. Look at the truck behind the police joint. Yeah, we don't know who was in there. And guess what? I don't even give a fuck. My heart black. Look at the hat. Look at the bull right here. He's pushing. Look right here. He's showing a sign. Head. And Dallas police been served. Look, Dallas police been serving since 1881. I can go to 1880 and show how long my change is. Yeah, Nigga got get out of office and everything. And just a year before, or maybe a couple years before, and y'all was trying to hide something. But at least got 1880. Yeah, I don't know nothing about my family or nothing like that. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at the scenery. And tell you 210 right there. 21, or they're gonna
Shared really little else about the operation.
But it was in Paris, open late till 2 a.m. Shoes and lingerie, smoke shop, adult store. Yo, y'all trying to tell us y'all just busted that joint an hour ago? Yo, on February 13th, 2026, y'all busted this joint when we been showed the fucking paperwork for whatever the fuck was going down there. I don't know what was going on down there. Yeah, but you go into adult toys because you trying to get something stick in your ass and your cootie cat. Yeah. What's that? Shoes and lingerie and the same joint and a smoke shop all in Paris. In that same parking lot where it got one way in and one way out. Yo, if you gonna come up here and talk to me, I know who you are, but I don't know who you are. I know you forever. I love everybody that want justice for MO3, and I wouldn't give a fuck if you called in and told about these places and got the motherfuckers turned in until you got every fucking way that they could post any money so I can come swooping in like an eagle. Because I promise you, I'm not trying to stay in Texas. Y'all can have them houses. It's gonna come available because niggas was talking. People was talking. Yeah, man, yeah, get them shits out the way. Yo, commercial property, yeah, smoke shop. Why would I want a smoke shop in Texas? Until when legislation say that they are legal.